Hello and welcome back to our first match, finally, of Miami Valorant this semester. I am one of your casters, Trey Looking Lost, and I'm joined by.
I'm Dutch Churchward. I'm the Rocket League caster, and I'm a guest caster on the first night of Valorant.
Yeah. So I might remember you from last year. Dutch is a little bit new. I know you've cast some Valorant in the past,
I have.
but I'm very excited for this cast today. And we do have a mostly brand new roster. We do see three of our returning members from last semester. If you do remember, we have a Doomty, Thunder Knight, and Comfy returning. With Comfy now as the team captain, and then we do have two brand new freshmen joining the roster as well. Jitville Student and Sire. If I and if I'm understanding correct, I believe Jitville is a controller player and Sire is a initiator main.
Mhm. I think that's what we saw in tryouts. I know Sire is obviously showed a lot of potential in tryouts, dropped a lot of kills, and then eventually just made his way onto the varsity squad. And like we said, Thunder Knight and Comfy have been here. A Doomty has, I mean, was in the tryouts, but I know he's been in the scene for I think it's 2 years now. But Comfy, you know, we know him, we love him. He's been in for 3 semesters now, and the typical kill dropper. We love Comfy, always in there, mixing stuff up. Great player.
Yeah, and we've seen these players growing a lot as well. I know we mentioned it last semester, but when Adumti first started, he was the main sort of duelist player. They transitioned him more into a sentinel role last semester, and he did perform very well in that role. And it does seem like he's gonna be sticking with that role in this semester. So I'm very excited to see how he's sort of grown as a sentinel player as that's further progressed. And his Cypher gameplay last semester was really impressive. I would say so.
So, do you want to talk about Abyss a little bit about the changes to the game since we've last streamed ESC?
Yeah, we do have the new map Abyss, which we unfortunately are not playing today. We are starting out in Lotus with defense, but Abyss is a really interesting map. You might see all the memes of people falling off the edge during the middle of the
Yep.
game. Happened a decent amount during VGT as well. Um, it's a very interesting map, very open. Got those little secrets you can jump around. Very interesting plays. I would love to see the team play it eventually, but it wasn't picked tonight. I'm not too surprised that Lotus is a map because Miami is known for loving Lotus.
Yeah. True, and I mean, again with Abyss, it's also we need time to figure it out. And I think that mid breakable is going to play a big part in the Miami strategy. We've always seen them as a pop and swing. I love their setups. Other than CCR sashling in, of course, but no, I think Miami's going to have a field day on that with how tactical you can be. Like you said, there's so many setups. I know Yoru has some great TP setups on it if you don't fall off the map permitted. But it's going to
Of
be really
course.
cool to see them play it. And I know they have a favor toward it. They have expressed that they want to play it, and it'll be interesting to see what they do going forward with it.
Yeah, especially as the mid break ball, as you said. I've seen some sort of strategy where if you pop the door early, it can start of especially on if you just send one lurking mid, if you break the door early, it can really make the defenders on that site very paranoid of where you sort of are, and that gives you a lot of freedom to maybe enter onto the site as you have someone worried about anyone going mid, and those two different lanes mid can definitely get you easy mid like access through mid to either B or A site or even to the back of their spawn. But yeah, we are starting with Lotus here today, which is as I said a Miami Classic. I'm not too sure how the comp is going to really shake up compared to last semester. We don't have the same players. They're going to have different preferences, and the meta is shaking up a little bit. But Cypher's always been Cypher, so I'm sure he's going to get picked here.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Lotus is your typical three mapper. You're going to have a Sentinel, maybe even two Sentinels to hold it down, and then a duelist or two to throw in the mix. But yeah, I guess with these three mappers, I'm not as experienced with Valorant as you are. What's a typical Lotus comp?
A typical Lotus Cup. I know at least for Miami, we did really like playing Fade last semester. When we'd have Luke on the team, he
Mhm.
he was really experimenting with those Fade eyes. I'm not sure who played it last semester, but I know someone else did as well. Um, and so yeah, the fade is usually pretty good. Cypher's played on pretty much every map. I know Breach can get some pretty good usage just based on the flash setups and stun, and is also very good for entering on all those sites just based on how they're shaped. So Breach is generally pretty good. So is Gecko though. Gecko's like the best initiator
Yeah.
in the game. Usually those are the three initiators you're going to see, at least from my experience.
Mhm.
And then Raze is actually used, I think, a little bit more than Jet on that map, from what I've seen as well. Especially with Thunder Knight being a Raze main, I assume that's what we're going to see on this map going forward.
So what do you think Cumpy's going to be on? I have to cycle back to him. The main, he gets all the kills. He tries to push in. He makes space. But he's now the team captain. Do you think he's still going to play that aggressive duelist, or do you think he's going to try and sit back and maybe try and play something a little more passive to shot call?
Comfy's really interesting. Last fall we did see him be more the aggressive duelist type. Very just run in. He had a sheep in his ear, kind of making all the calls.
Yep. Yep.
But he would just run in and kind of frag out. But last semester we did see him more transition to be like a more of a team player. He was playing a lot of that initiator role. And when we did ask for player mains, he did list KO as his main,
Oh.
which is definitely playable on this map. I wouldn't be surprised if he played KO. But like Gecko's very good on pretty much any map, so I wouldn't be surprised if he played that as well. Um, or even like an initiator agent like Fade or even Sova. But I would predict a Gecko from him. But he's still gonna frag out like always. Just because you're on different
Right.
characters, I mean, it's not
Right,
gonna
right,
change
right.
your
Yeah,
craft
yeah,
aim or
yeah. I
anything like
was
that.
about to say the aim's still gonna go in there. Tell me a little bit about Vise. It has been a new agent, obviously, is in the game since we've last streamed, and Vise now is in the mix. Do you think we're gonna see that potentially being thrown into metas in the collegiate scene, or do you think Vise is just gonna kind of be a side character? Because I know she has some cracked utility, so I'm interested to hear your thoughts about what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah, Vise is very interesting. With the wall, can really catch lurkers off guard, or even just take out the duelist right away as they're trying to push into the site. Um, I would say Vise is situationally good. We might see her play on some maps, but I think the main weak point for Vise is that there's really no flank watch util. So if you're on
Mm,
that attacker side, it's gonna be really hard to find value out of her, other than maybe her like through the wall flash. But at that point, a breach can also do the same
mhm,
relatively more often. Um, and I mean those razor wires on post plant might be useful. It's just I think on the fence she's situationally good. I'm just not sure too much on that attacker side
mhm,
how much her util can add to the comp compared to a different agent
mhm.
instead.
I did see some clips where you can plant the bomb and then you put a vise wall just behind it, and when they try and defuse, it pushes them off the plant. I think that'd be interesting to see. Now, I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if it would be illegal, but I don't know if that's going to be a meta in collegiate or even just in pro play. But it
Yeah.
seems like there's some pretty crazy spots on. I saw one on Abyss actually on B site. You can go plant back, and then you just put up a vise wall, and then if they try to defuse, they get pushed off by it.
Oh
And
really?
yeah, we've tried that in my 5 stack before, and it didn't work out because they never,
uh
but we tried it, and it
yeah.
was fun. So I'm interested to see if that plays at all.
Yeah, I'm interested to see as well. Of course, the placement of the wall is a little bit finicky.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
it's dependent on a site per site basis and where exactly it's planted. But I mean that could add for some really interesting gameplay as well for post plant.
yeah.
So we'll see. On Lotus, I don't really think we'll see a Vice being played over like a Cipher, because on that map, it's just so valuable having that trimp info to see like, oh, someone lurked at B and is coming right behind me onto A stairs. Like that's gonna be really valuable information to have.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we also had we had a slight patch today. It did bring some people think is gonna be a major change, which is adding another star to Astra's lineup. Um, which I believe she had that in the past, but it got
Hmm.
removed. So some people think that's going to bring back the Astra meta that we saw so prevalently in VCT, especially
Yeah.
last year. Um, I'm not. It's a little bit soon. The patch to come out today. I don't think it's going to affect any of these teams' game plans today. Um, so I don't know if I don't see Astra today, but I'm very interested to see how that would develop the meta going forward, and especially in collegiate, because we don't have VCT going on right now, but
Hmm.
collegiate's that next level of play that we could see. How are high level players using this agent and the new utility that's been given to them?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, with the Astra changes, we also got to talk about Chamber. Just got a few meters thrown onto the TP, and we've slowly seen Chamber creep its way back into at least a viable pick.
Yeah,
With the trips are obviously super helpful, and you're going to see it more in solo queue than some actual matches. But I'm just interested to see if that TP actually changes any lineups. If we can see just kind of trying to get in, get your one, and then get out. If you can have different setups with that now that you have a little more range.
yeah, and with the with the chamber changes, he's getting slightly better. I know we said Doomty's switching more to being more of a sentinel,
Hmm.
but we still like he still loves to frag out. So maybe on a map where you can afford to maybe have two sentinels, or even go a little more of aggressive on the comp. I wouldn't be surprised if a Doomty wanted to pull out the chamber to just really show his aiming prowess out on stream.
Yeah.
Um, that's definitely an option that's going forward. Um, yeah, we also just had VCT wrap up. Did you catch any of the matches for VCT?
No, they were all at pretty weird times.
Yeah,
It was really tough to catch.
Yeah, I didn't really watch too many of them either. I saw a little bit of the grand finals match, but spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, Edward Gaming ended up winning, which is pretty interesting. Especially since I know some America's players have been kind of talking down on the China region that just got added, saying that they aren't really as good as everyone else. But
Mhm.
you know they did prove themselves on the international
They
stage.
did
So
win VCT.
they did
I mean,
they did win the whole thing.
you shut up the haters when you win VCT. You know,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Yeah, you can't really say more when you just actually win it.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna say? You know, one time.
It's like,
Well,
actually, you didn't actually win it.
yeah,
Like,
right, exactly.
um,
Yeah, I think it was interesting how this VCT. I've been watching like some of the VODs, and America didn't play too well. You know,
yeah.
it was interesting. Sen didn't go far. Um, I obviously I'm a Gen G stan, and they're obviously Korea, but I don't know like where the meta lies with countries right now. It used to be just like America, just like dominated. You know, we'd see NRG, Sentinels, Cloud9 with Hiko. Like I'm interested to see if EDG now will be the one that just like wipes everyone off the board for VCTs to get. You know, is this the new Sentinels?
Yeah, it is interesting, especially with roster mania right now. Everyone thought America's was the best, and EMEA and Pacific weren't really the best, but the good gameplay's been really interesting, especially going to VCT champions. But now our gameplay's actually be starting as we're going to get into the agent select here, and yeah, Thunder Knight on that race, just as I predicted. It is his
Yep.
main. It is very good on this map. I'm not too surprised about that.
Right. I mean, some some CCR energy there, and hopefully we do see some good satchels onto sites. But yeah, you're right. You're also right with the Gecko. I like that. And Omen. I mean, this looks like a super standard Lotus comp, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty standard. We are seeing the breach out there. This is one of the maps where he's actually very good on, and is more of a pick, more worth of a pick than like something like a KO.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see Comfy actually on that controller role instead of the initiator, and Adam not on the Sentinel. So it looks like they're trying out a little bit more of a role swap here with the new freshman incoming. Comfy hovering that Omen, but I assume that's gonna get selected. That's a pretty safe pick for this map. But we do see a Viper on the side of Northeastern, which is also very good as well.
Yeah, I mean, I like the. I haven't seen the KJ and Viper seems like a dangerous combo when they get on defense. It feels like it's going to be pretty hard to take a site, and then we also see the fade. I mean, that's pretty. That's a lot of info there. I mean, it's going to be hard to take a site without getting detected. But also, I see they lack trips. So what Miami has in trips, it seems like NEU will be able to make up for in site hold.
Yeah, I believe Northeastern is going to be very hard to deal with on the when they're on the defender side, especially because they have the double controller and the Kidja utility to kind of shut it down. That Viper wall can just completely block off site info. It's just going to stay there. Can always get repopped if they try to re-hit it or anything. We got Omen always having those recharging smokes, can just keep a point smoked the entire game if he wanted to.
Right.
So that's going to really block down sight lines and make it hard for Miami to push in. So I really think Miami's going to need some of those going to need to pick up some more rounds on defense to hopefully have more of a chance of securing this round. But it is still very well on either side for them. But it's just going to be a little hard for Miami to deal with that comp when they're on the attacker side.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this as we do get into this first round here. You see the boys in the arena, hopefully all hyped to try and get this match win here. 8 seconds left as we are about to jump into this. Some nice skins showing, I gotta say. These are some decent inventories. See the Kuranami there. But let's jump into it. And it is Miami just going to be lurking up here into B, looking for some contact for sure. KJ is going to be caught out and killed by Thunder Knight. A great opening pick. Traded, though, by Turtwig. And that's a pretty energetic start to the series.
Yeah, they decided just to lurk up three down B main. Did get one, but unfortunately got traded as he was trying to run back. It seemed like NEU was going for more of a default here, but it's transitioning to more of a push here, with most of them going through tree. Company's going to be alone on site here, hopefully trying to get one out with this classic right click. Jitbull student's going to be up top. But Company is going to be able to take him down, and it's kind of still stuck here. And going to use the flash to try to swing out, but it's also flash back.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal for NEU. I mean, you just have all of Miami's players collapsing now. We're going to see a trade there. Buzz is going to be getting Adam. Oh, Buzz gets 2. And now it's a 1v1. It's Jitville against the fade, and that's a kill. What a clutch by Jitville.
Yeah,
and they pop off, yes!
We see them popping off. That is very good energy we like to see there. Winning their very first round of the semester with a 1v1 clutch from Jitbull student here.
Wow.
Which unfortunately is the only one not in the arena today, but hey.
Hey, your teammates are popping off for you. That means you got a good clutch. You got to say it.
They're definitely keeping the energy up. And that is going to make it so Miami can buy up as much as they can on this round. We do see with, Adam buying that Guardian and Light Shields. Some of them opting for heavy shield SMGs instead. which is what most are gonna do. But you know, Adam's more comfortable with his aim. He's like, you know, I can hit those one-tap headshots. I'm just gonna go
Oh,
with the
of
Guardian.
course. I mean, you know, Adam with all the confidence in the world, no credits left. Going to be expensive if they lose, but Miami looks like it's just going to be a little bit of a run. Oh my God, they're running down into each other. Miami going to be pushing up here, and NEU not out yet, just kind of just waiting around in spawn. Miami plans a little foiled there, still waiting. And a pick from Adam. All right, cool.
Yeah, that Guardian to good use. You know, Miami really just shut down that A push. They looked like they were all ready to go all 5 on A with that Viper wall set up to hopefully let them cross and get on the site. But Miami just ran them down, and with that raise nade, you know, on pistol round, you can't really afford to tank that. So they kind of just had to fall back, and Miami was already pushed up before they could do anything. It seems like they're going to go back towards C with the spike, but we do have some sitting more towards B. I could see them going to the door here, but I think they're just trying to get info where Miami might exactly be. But it is just Sire on the C site, so that might not be too bad of a play here.
Right. I mean, the only difficult thing, as well as that pick from NEU getting picked, it's tough to lose momentum when it's, you know, it's a save against a buy. If you're saving, you need all the momentum in the world to try and take a site and then hold it against superior guns. But when you're trying to default pistols against rifles, that's going to put you in a pretty sticky spot. And it looks like NEU here going to be grouping up to now go down A main. And yet again, quiet. Wall goes down. I don't think they have much stake in this round.
Yeah, and they don't really know where Miami is either. They have like no info.
There's
Adam
that
is
one
gonna
tap.
Get two there. It's all right, cleaning up the rest, and just completely put a stop to whatever sort of push any you thought they had.
Yep.
And,
wow. All right, that was shut down quick. That was man, that was about 2 seconds, and that's why you can't lose your momentum, kid.
Yeah, and you know that was a little bit unfortunate for NEU. They tried to push. They tried to fry rush A, get that site with their pistols, maybe get a pick or two, and just lock down that site for the rest of the round. But Miami just immediately stopped them, and they kind of had to. They didn't really know where to go. They tried to run back towards C, but didn't think it was the right call, so they tried to go back towards A. But Miami was already there to stop them, and just very clean picks from Adam and Thunder right there. And it seems like NEU might be going for a little bit more towards A, but some towards B and C, maybe trying to catch some people pushing out, or maybe a little bit of default. But Miami's just going to throw the util back towards A and get aggressive there again. Making it so NEU's going to have a very hard time pushing out here.
Also, I mean, Thrasher's online as well off of that grab. You know, I mean, Miami has a lot of util here off of this bonus, and yet again, there's almost no momentum here from NEU. But Miami is A-side strong here, and they tried to take that, you know, that space again. And the Cypher actually isn't even on site right now, so if NEU can catch a timing, they can walk in and potentially, you know, get trips down and try and secure that site.
Yeah, and there isn't any trips for the entrance of C site. So if they just walk in here, there's going to be no info telling them that they're here unless they throw util themselves or start playing the bomb, which seems like they're going to start throwing util and just sort of rush onto the C site here. Sire's going to back off as the rest of the team's going to rotate in. You know, NEU does have the superior guns here, but with a lot of SMGs, you know, a play like this could be very good for Sire if they don't realize he's here.
Look at the KJ lurk, though. She was just behind. Oh! The KJ lurk is B now running back. It is going to be a kill with the Thrasher now walking in. Actually, 2 hits. Oh, but Ray with the double. It's now a 1v2, and Comfy has to do it all as this team leader here. We've seen him do some of these clutches, but I don't know if he can get the 1v2 with a worse gun.
I know, he might be trying to pick up what. Yeah,
oh, there it is.
Pick up
there
the down
is.
Vandal there. They are going to be both be backside. I don't know if he's going to realize that they're kind of holding a cross here. With the KJ watching bomb from below and the Fade just kind of sitting there.
Low time as well.
He's going to smoke it. Try to get half, but this Fade is slowly pushing him. Might be able to ninja defuse it. No, he ran in. That's a 3K from Rain. You know, that was pretty well played post play there from NEU.
That was. I like that. You know, just having that. I honestly didn't think Fade was going to walk in. I really thought it was pros don't fake hour, and you know, we didn't see that come out from the Fade. But I think Comfy probably could have just got off after halving it there, and you know, maybe made a play there. KJ did throw that molly though, so I'm sure she probably gets it off before he can kill it.
Yeah, and not a terrible play there from Comfy. It was just a little bit of unfortunate timing. And, you know, them all three pushing towards Sire, you know, if he ended up getting more than one with that Stinger, that would have been a huge play. Did just get one, which, you know, is better than nothing, of course. It wasn't really expected there anyway, but that could have been could have gone a lot worse for NEU. And it seems like they're going to, Miami's going to pressure towards that A main side again. Spike being dropped there by the Viper. And it does seem like NEU is just going to go for more of a default this round. The KJ trying to take a little bit more space up B, but we do see a trip there and Jitville Student just kind of waiting there for them.
Right, I mean, it's kind of feels like repeat here as we've seen the last 2 rounds. A lot of pressure towards A. Miami has control, and now we see the ult, and it looks like NEU actually going to be committing a little bit. Viper is going to be taken down by Comfy. Comfy going to be getting out here, and it looks like Miami definitely getting the read that they're about to get pushed. They back off, and that's a free one.
Yeah, great kill there from Comfy. Just unfortunately gets taken down by the KJ though. Just walking up towards B. That is a pick pick for NEU. It means brings it back to even man. Was backing up a little bit, but it seems like the Cage is just gonna go back towards them as they're probably calling for a full A push now. But we do see 2 of Miami still sitting there ready for them to push in, but Miami's a little bit spread out, so NEU could definitely make this work with some well-timed pushes here.
I mean, again, all the space they're taking, they haven't even been seen yet, and now Miami knows. They see 2 pieces of util. They know one's walked in. Tree is going to be taken down by Thunder Knight. The ult is going to be coming out, but no info. I like the satchel, but it's going to be a missed ult by Thunder Knight. Now going to hold. And NEU still really aren't pressuring. They didn't create any opportunities off that, so I'm interested to see if they try and pivot to B onto that Cypher, or if they just try and re-aggress A.
Yeah, they, nice pick on the Thunder Knight though, but yeah, NEU was really taking their time there, which I guess did work out in their favor this time, as Thunder Knight went down and Miami still wasn't really on the site yet. So they get a free plant down. Are gonna have to play this post-plant scenario, but that is gonna give them the util that there is at least one on stairs. Miami's still gonna try to push out through the stairs area though, but we see Adam trying to go towards heaven, maybe trying to get a little bit of a cross play as they're focused on stairs. Ooh. And Sire is gonna get one on the Ziggy.
Breach probably needs to flash here to get him out. They know at least one's tree. They have had contact. Now going to be pushed. Getting one Ray. Now going to be traded. And it's a trade to win the round. Great by Jetville Student again.
Another round where Jetville Student on A gets the last kill and gets to defuse the spike.
Wow.
Great job there from Miami. Great retake on the site there. Really good picks. That could have gone way worse. As NEU just had a free site play. Miami was nowhere to be found, but they worked together for the util. And swung just to take the round in their favor. And now NE was kind of stuck on a light buy here. Their Viper can buy a rifle, but I'm not sure if it's really the smart play to keep with that rifle, considering the rest of your team has to default to pistols most likely.
Right. I mean, surely you sell that. I'm getting yelled at in solo queue if I have that buy. I mean, if I have that in solo queue, someone saying, "Dude, it's a save. It's a save." Like I don't think you can do that. He does sell it, but. No, I mean, I think this is yet another save for NEU. Is definitely not good. Oh, or not. All right, the pick. Oh, and Adam completely overwhelmed. NEU have just gotten the dream pick here.
And he just had to go all 5 down C, and there was 3 at Miami there ready to answer them. But, just unfortunate whiff shots from 2 of Miami's players, leading to 2 picks down. But NEU was just going to back off of that breach aftershock. Deciding to slow down the momentum, which gave Comfy time to rotate back in. So I was going to sit on that B side waiting for a door play, but again, NEU is being very careful with their aggression, not really trying to push into anything, which could be a bad thing, not taking this opportunity that they had here, but we'll see. NEU seems ready to re-aggress this here. Company's getting ready with the flash off of any info that he gets that might be pushing in the site.
Yeah, I like the discipline for Miami to not rotate off of that, but now it's going to bite them. You have that Cypher way far away, and now it's a 2v5. It is a 2v5 against a save, so we could see some magic come out here, and they are all going to be flash. Comfy shooting with the pistol for wrong bind, buddy. Like what? Oh no! And now the Cypher is in a 1v5 situation with rifle. Surely he just saves. Yeah, he's just saved.
Yes, I was just gonna save. That was a little unfortunate there.
That's tough. Surely
might have actually pressed 2 into the 1.
Yeah.
That really sucks though. And just got satched on from behind. That is gonna be a save round picked up from NEU, which is awesome for their econ, especially since Miami was also struggling a little bit on the econ. A lot of them were light shields rifles, which means they're gonna have to save here, except for Cyrus Gun. He's just gonna check himself out in the cam here. Maybe I think that's what he's doing. But nice shot here with the falling leaves. Someone can take a
this is pretty. I was about to say this is a great shot for Sire. No, but I mean, I think Miami pushing there against a save. I don't know if that's the right move. Maybe if you're going sheriff, trying to peek them if you're on the save from C on defense, but. I don't really get waiting out there. You're going to get pushed into by 5 if you're even waiting. So, you're basically just setting up for a bad scenario there. As we do see the KJ creep up here. It is going to be a kill going the way of Sire. But still, I mean, Miami, I think, just over-aggressed and then paid the price for it.
Yeah, it seemed like they were trying to have a one-way set up by the Omen, but 5 just swung that immediately, so the one-way couldn't really do anything. Right. And I think they were trying to have Thunder Knight hold that, but he had to cross on the mound off the info to try not to die. So it could have just been a little bit unfortunate. I wouldn't expect 5 to be pushing C right there. So, I mean, it could have gone better, but it's just probably not what they were expecting here. But it does seem like NE might be trying to aggress towards C again, seeing as it did work. And Miami's apparently adjusting to that. Setting 4 to C on the save. All 5 to C, apparently. And
Dang.
They're just going to swing this with no guns, apparently, as you were trying to suggest earlier.
Wow. You know what? The strat works both ways, I guess. And there's one pick. Waiting for the next one. Turret is going to go across. Not going to be picked at 1 health, but not going to be picked there. And now NEU book it, boys. We got to go to A. We need to leave right now. And they are going to be walking onto A. And Miami's pretty lost here.
Yeah, Miami's trying to do a 3-man flank here with Thunder Knight going back towards A, through the CT side. But NAU still taking a little bit of their time to get on the site. They weren't entirely sure where everyone was, but they do end up getting sight and should be able to get this plant down. And this is gonna be a very rough retake for Miami. They're probably just hoping for some sort of picks coming from this flank. Thunder Knight by himself CT, unless there's some good timing, is probably not gonna be able to do much here. But hopefully Sire with this Phantom can try to get a pick here.
Oh,
no.
Oh, it's quick.
Oh no.
And it's a tied game now. Oh no.
It is a tied game.
Brutal.
That happens. It was one misplay at the beginning of 2 rounds ago of C where they kind of they swung out and lost the save round, which means they had no guns for the next round, which effectively meant another lost round against NEU. And now it's back to a tied game. So it can really show how these like small little moments can really drive the rest of the game. As Miami was looking at potentially at that 2 rounds ago, based on the guns, a 4-1 lead, and then they just lost that. Now, look, we're tied up at 3-3 with both teams having guns, but Miami kind of barely having guns here.
As we do see the little bug POV as we saw from last year, but shout out to production. And no, I mean, like, NEU is pretty much swimming in money right now, and Miami's on the brink of, complete bankruptcy in the the guns right here.
Looking like my bank account, bro.
I was about to. That's great. I was not about to say that. That's nuts. But no, I mean, yet again, NEU get a pretty much free C as Miami have to play for retake. We do see the Cypher going to be stepping off here. And NEU, I mean, really putting the hammer down here. Like, this is pretty dominant from NEU. I mean, they're a good team, but I didn't expect them to show up like this.
Yeah, they maybe this just swung on the side while I was blind. That's really unfortunate there.
Yeah.
But Comfy is low, and they're going to send up the Killjoy. But it does look like NEU is maybe learning a little bit from their mistakes of the early rounds. They are sort of taking aggression more now, as they've learned that Miami kind of likes to stack on the sites on this defensive side. There's usually not only one or so lurkers, but they are going to use that breach ult to try to get on the site. Jibblestone is going to be on site. Same with Thunder Knight. Great aftershock.
Oh, what an ult, and that's going to be 2 more for Ray. Wow, that was pretty. That was crazy. And now Miami is broke.
Miami is broke yet again after that quick round from NEU.
Wow,
an amazing result, just catching 2 there. As that breach ult on the site could have really turned things around for Miami, but NEU just completely stopped them there.
Yeah, and the aftershock from breach was actually perfect. It was just going towards secret box. It had 2, it disrupted 2, and then they got Ray's ulted. And then it didn't matter. And then just cleaned up. That's tough for Miami. It looks like they are going to be forcing a little bit here, potentially buying for next. We do see Adam going to be getting that Guardian. But NEU now posturing for A. They have bomb down, so maybe a little bit of a lurk. But no, I mean, Miami's got a big job here to try and win this with worse guns, and I'm interested to see how they do it.
Yeah, I think Miami's main goal here is of course to win the round, but secondary goals just to try to get as many picks as possible to try to slow this eco snowball from NEU. Maybe pick up some guns that they can use for the rest of the fight. And Company is going to spot one on jump peak. It's going to just tag them body, but Company is going to be flashed here as the rest of Miami is just going to rotate towards the A site. All with Sheriffs, though. We're going to see if they can get any kills done. Company does smoke off tree, and it does seem to scare NEU enough to getting out of tree and just going through breakable towards B. We do see Sire sitting there. With the cam, I have the info that they're going here, but it's most likely just have to wait for the rest of the team, as you can't really just swing that with a Sheriff as Cypher.
Right. I mean, if you're good enough, you just get 5, but maybe for 10s. But Miami, I think they're going to wait on the aggression here from NEU and see if they try and creep out and make any mistakes, as we do see a Miami posture here. It is going to be Adam going to be trying to swing this. Comfy now peeking up, and Adam actually gets the kill there. Ziggy now has to peek against Adam yet again. They got to try and clear him. And Miami has definitely the upper hand. We are going to see the Thrasher go out here. Check the... No! What is that timing?
The timing.
As we see Sire push it now, and the kill from Jitville. It's a 2v1 now, and Miami has to get through. There is a Viper's Pit down, waiting for Sire to get the defuse there. He's going to get spammed, and Jitville's student going to be taking the 1v1 killed, and now it's just Cypher up to the job. Can Sire do it? Just as Deagle, going to need to tap. It is going to be... Oh, this is so... Oh. That's toxic, dude. Just sitting there. Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, man.
I was thinking it could be a Miami win because,
yeah,
Shocked did have no bullets and in the Vandal and had a shorty. If Sire just tried to stick that, that would have been a round win. But you don't have the same perspective that we do. That they're out of ammo and don't have a Sheriff.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm gonna stick it. Like
as a gold 2 myself, I would say in that situation, I pop Cypher Cage and then sit in front of my teammate while defusing. I did that last night and I lost the round. so personally, I think that's what I'm doing in that situation.
NEU is gonna go back for the tried and true A aggression, but Miami is not stacked here, so they're not really gonna be stopped here at all. Really, Miami is gonna have some guns this round though. NEU still taking a little while for the aggression. It's gonna allow Miami to rotate, but with no real pushback from Miami, they might decide to accelerate this aggression here. But we are gonna see three about to be on site. And we might see Thunder Knight trying to come through breakable door here. He is kind of creeping on the B. We'll see what he decides to go with here. But NE just kind of stuck right outside the entrance there because of that smoke. And might even decide to back off this, I feel like, relatively little pushback. But NE is just playing very cautiously on this attack. And, it has been working for them Sun rounds. Especially if they decide to go C here, as there's only, I believe, Jidville Student's just sitting there by himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think that spam definitely aided in Miami's pushing away of NEU, because we do see the Omen at half health now. I mean, that was a great spam by Comfy, and that was Miami's strong side. So NEU definitely making the right choice here, getting util dumped in A main, and they're going to try and take B now, as they are going to walk in. A kill now from Turtwig, Raze v Raze. Turtwig waiting for one, and this is NEU's site to take.
Especially with that Viper ult, that's going to be very, very hard for Miami to take back.
Yeah, wow.
They do have the Cypher ult, which if they do get a kill, could help them try to spam out that Viper through the ult, which would actually be very useful. But we'll see if they can even get a kill to utilize it all off in the first place. Miami's going to have to just push in. Hopefully, maybe get a kill of these people towards breakable door, but that fade ult back is going to make things really tough for them. Comfy going down to Buzz. Sire trying to spam the person peeking there, but it seems like Miami might just try to back out for a save here, as this seems like an unwinnable round now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm calling a save here if I'm Miami. The eco is just terrible, and you've been losing rounds in a row. It is going to be 3-6, a good pick by Adam. It is going to be 3-6 here off of this save, but Miami have a really tough choice to make, which is, do we go for the retake, or do we throw away the eco even more? And I think it's just a better choice to save like they are.
Yeah, because especially if they go for the retake and they lose, that's another round that they don't have guns, which would bring this to a potentially 3-8 scenario, which is a lot less likely. And at least they have a chance to win this next round. Especially if some of the people who can't buy just force maybe like a Spectre or a Marshall here. This one, like, Comfy's gonna go for that Spectre. The rest are gonna be light shields with their rifles. But yeah, Miami has somewhat more of a chance than if they decided to run in and just lose all their guns here. So, but this is a round that Miami really needs to win, or they're going to be stuck at 3-8 either way, just based on how the guns are shaking out, unless they can get some sort of thrifty win here.
Right. I mean, we're going to see Miami aggression. We do see 4 A side, and Miami kind of backing off after the initial util, just trying to get the vibe of the push. As we do see now, the Raze and the Breach going to be rotating to, actually the Raze, the Breach, and the Gecko going to be rotating towards B, looking to play a little bit of flex. The Omen all alone here, Comfy, just waiting for them to walk in. And this play could work for Miami if they just walk out into B lobby and get a massive 3-person flank. All Mound players just kind of waiting. I like this discipline. Miami kind of second-guessing their choice here. But Miami may open the door here. This would be interesting.
Looks like Buzz was prepping it all, but that was an amazing flash there as they go through.
Oh, but then the counter flash.
No! The full flash, he was just sprayed out, and that's really unfortunate. That was 2 beautiful flashes for Miami there, and they just couldn't really capitalize off it at all. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, wow. That's really tough. I mean, the perfect flashes, the perfect flank, the perfect positioning.
Spike planted.
What? You lose that, what can you do? I mean, you just got counter flashed and you got completely pushed off of your own plan. Dude, that's a disheartening play to lose.
I know, and
oh man.
Got Adam stuck in a 1v5. It's just going to be stuck with saving this gun most likely. Maybe try to get an exit play, but it really sucks to see how the things are going for Miami. They're looking so strong at the start, but I think NEU's been doing a good job of adapting to Miami's play. They've noticed that Miami loves to put aggression on the one site, and really the rest relatively open. So if they get major pushback on one site, they're going to be able just to completely rotate. And with some quick aggression, might be able to take that site relatively quickly, as we did sort of see there. But Miami had a perfect flank, but perfect flank with a great flash. It's just the lucky sprays and the really good flick there from their fade just made things just completely halt for Miami, and they just all died, which Miami's hopefully going to use this timeout to sort of readjust their game plan to see how they want to stop NEU's more passive play style.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely hope so. I would hope that Miami's recognizing, hey, the initial aggression is only getting them to rotate into our weak sites. We need to try and stop these early picks that NEU are getting, and maybe even just try and, Miami's kind of over rotating every single time. We see how they're trying to push through B and walk into the weak side of NEU, and then they're still losing when they have these correct plays. I think Miami really just need to batten down the hatches, use a little bit more util when they're getting pressured, stay on their sites, and play a little bit more standard Valorant.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to be a little more, like you were saying, standardized in their defense. Because unlike some other teams that Miami's probably been scrimming against or been used to, NU's being really very passive with their Lotus pushes here. Any sort of pushback is always going to rotate, like you were saying. So I really hope Miami, for these last 2 rounds on the defender side, can try to pick up these rounds by being a little bit more passive. But it does seem like Miami's still going to send 3 down to C. So we'll see if NEU ends up running into them. Could end up a couple lucky picks here, but it seems like NEU is just going to go for a default this round.
And NEU, if they really wanted, had free A. It seems Miami making the wrong call here. Like 5-7 wouldn't be a bad score line, but it just seems like they're just betting the house on some of these stacks. I mean, I understand if they feel like they can't keep NEU off sites, like their attack is too good, but still, you need to have the faith that you can, use your util to keep them off the sites and be able to effectively hold a site. Because how it is right now, the Omen now going to be in a 1v5 situation on A. If they walk through this, they're not getting almost any pushback, and there's going to be a bunch of util on A, and now it's free A. Now what do? You have to retake against a team who has amazing site hold.
Yeah, you have to play retake with pretty much no guns here, and that's very hard to do compared to maybe trying to get some early info and rotate early and try to get a couple picks here. But playing retake with sheriffs, start with an Ares here, can maybe get a spray kill. But things are looking great for Miami, especially since we do have 4 in NEU kind of sitting towards stairs, waiting for someone to push out of this.
Oh, brutal stack. I mean, when you peek into 4, it's pretty much GG. Now it's Comfy in the corner, going to be hit by the Rays. Adam trying to get as much as he can, but that's a tough round. And now max you can get is 4-8, and that's a disheartening scoreline on Lotus. But Miami is an attacking team, so
yeah, they're how they're playing defense is showing that they're gonna do really well on this attack side, and their comp is sort of built around attacking. So I mean, 4-8 wouldn't be bad, especially if they win pistol. Well, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but Miami really has to win this round. They do have guns again. It does seem like maybe they're a little bit more spread out. I just hope they're adapting to NEU's game plan of mostly defaulting or just being very passive to not overcommit to one site, because then it's just going to leave the rest of your options very open. And NEU's just going to go for another default here in the final round, sending 1-2-2-2 with the spike dropped in sight.
And Miami stacking CB again, strong side. But yeah, the default here I think is a little less scary from NEU as we do see Buzz almost peeking. Oh, all right, cool. Spam, cool, fine. All right, Adam, just spam through the smoke. NEU going to be trying to aggress A little bit. We do see the 2 lurkers coming down here, but NEU still a little bit frayed. I think that pick really disassembled their push here, and now they have to try and find a way through, and I think their safe option is just A.
Yeah, we do have Cypher util on the site for the first time this half, I believe. But
Yep.
Cypher has just been sitting C. Cypher's also playing passive on A, but NU's still kind of testing the water, seeing if there is anyone on A. But there is no one here, and they do have Spike over towards the site. Picking up that orb is probably going to give the info to Adam, who's playing in that breakable door, that there's going to be pushing on A, especially with that Viper wall. They're going to break that door, though. So Adam's going to be sitting right there as they're trying to push in. Doesn't get the pick there. Doesn't get a turn. Oh, unfortunately, get taken down by Ziggy. But it's like Miami still in man advantage here, 4-3, with all of them being available towards the B site. But it seems like Eddie's just going to say nah and go back towards the A site. Going to try to push in. Miami with some quick rotates here. Sire might be able to get a pick here.
Oh, what a one-tap. Sire going to be making some disruptions here. It is now, a great kill. Ray now, 1v2, and that is going to be yet another ending kill from Jitbill student. 4-8 now.
He just closed out those rounds. And, finally another round win for Miami. I believe that's the first round win we saw since round 4, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was an unlucky run, but, they were able to pick one up. 4-8 is a lot better than 3-9, especially if they can win this pistol round with some very good aggression here. This is definitely still a very winnable map. 5-8, going to have the gun bonus. You're likely going to bring it to 6-8, which, a two-game gap is a lot better than, the 4-game gap that they're currently on right now. And it does seem like Miami might be going for a little more of a default. They do have Spike dropped a little bit more stacked towards B, but we do see Adam and Sire going to be playing more towards those other sites, or maybe not. But NEU is going to be a little more spread out. compared to Miami's initial push. They do have 3 going down towards A, expecting an initial A push, but they do still have 1 on each of the sites. And it does seem like Shocked is going to be playing for that angle there, but I was going to back off the info.
Yeah, I mean, Miami, just kind of in a pretty neutral spot here. I will say A main's a little bit scary, and I'm glad that Miami doesn't have anyone going towards A main. I think their B push here looks really good. My only issue would be that they can get collapsed on so quick. You've got the flanks here from the B side. And it looks like they are going to be taking B. Now we do see Thunder Knight going to be pushing out into back main. Fade going to be waiting, and it's a 3v1 basically on that peak. Not going to be able to peek that. 2 Miami players, literally 1 health, and you have to peek into 3. A good kill there, and another good kill by... All right, well, Ray gets 3, and that's pretty much it. That's tough. Oh, man. Shoot.
Yeah, they sent Wingman to plant in front of them. They were... surprisingly, Wingman was not shot and was able to fully get that plant down, but Miami kept trying to swing that angle after taking some heavy damage, and, swinging 1 against 3 is not really going to be that winnable there. And they kept trying to swing more into them to help out, but Ray just with those quick aims, the Ghost was able to shut them down pretty much instantaneously, and left it with a round win towards NEU very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, yet again, Miami obviously couldn't have known, but when they had free B, I don't think they knew how close NEU were. They tried to push out into those extremities and then got wiped off the face of the earth by Ray, who got 3. I mean, that's tough. They're literally waiting outside the site for you, and they did get collapsed on. And I think that was the issue with Miami going so slow, is that NEU was just so ready to collapse onto the site, and Miami definitely saw the consequences of that.
Yeah, it does seem like Miami is going to go a little bit more towards a default. They do have those pistols. They're going to send site and some util down towards C, but we do have the 2 towards A, trying to get a kill maybe as NEU aggresses, but they decide not to aggress at all this round when they have guns. Which, is generally good just to try to get picked off early. Just going to play more with passive angles. Rotating a little more towards CB, anticipating those pushes. But that outlaw angle is going to be smoked off by Comfy, which is going to give any of the info that might be towards the A site. But it's going to allow Miami to creep up a little bit and maybe go for breakable here.
Yeah, I mean, NEU, they're rotating pretty quick, which I think is something Miami could definitely capitalize on. We did see the Omen and the Fade repeatedly switch sites there off of 1 flash. So I think if Miami catch on to that NEU is rotating quick, then I think that'll definitely be an opportunity they can take a hold of. But we do see Miami walk into site for free now. It is going to be planted, and hopefully Miami just holds the site. They have worse guns. They can't really fight here. They got to wait for people to just walk in, and Miami in a challenging spot.
Hey, you gotta hold angles and hope for the best, but this seems like Shots is just gonna run in with the Spectre and get the kills, and the others getting shut down pretty quickly by those guns and utility. And holding a side with classics is not really the easiest thing in the world, so it isn't really an unexpected loss, but
especially A site,
yeah,
where you are 360 degrees of contact, so that's pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't really much you can do there, especially if they weren't exactly certain about anyone coming from behind. You could have maybe planted for tree and try to use some sort of smokes to your advantage, but yeah, that wasn't really winnable. It wasn't. I mean, everything's technically winnable.
Yeah,
but,
I was about to say. They have to drop their guns, pull their knife out, walk away. But yeah, that's a 99% chance you're losing that.
Yeah. This one, like Miami is gonna go for mostly a C. NEU sending just a KJ there with their Viper Orb. Gonna have Sire sitting towards A, hopefully they're trying to catch out any sort of aggression coming towards the A site. We do see their Raze peeking B. There's gonna be no one going there though. Might see that KJ turret, but I'm not sure if they do. That is gonna be Gecko ult going out towards the C site. Is gonna catch no one, I believe. But Comfy getting 2 there.
Oh wow! I didn't even see that.
I didn't even see that either. I think through the door ended up getting 2, which is very good for Miami. They're gonna have these guns this round. Compared to NEU, who is bonusing, and are going to have the man advantage already as well. So this is going to be a very hard retake for NEU, especially when they have no ults at play here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just save here for your NEU. Now you did get, all right, never mind. You did just get the 2 rounds, and Miami still has Thrash to clear the back site here. Is going to be getting 1, but that is now 1 left for NEU. But Miami still have a lot of work to do on this half.
Yeah, they have a lot of space to take back in terms of rounds 1. Isn't to catch out Ziggy though, who just had to swing that with the Outlaw with no sort of flashes or anything like that.
Right.
So it's gonna be a pretty easy win for Miami at the end there. But NEU is going to be able to buy guns, so Miami can't let this they can't let this eco snowball go to waste. We do see Thunder Knight kind of on low, Thunder Knight and Comfy on low money here, but those with the saved guns do have some extra money to spare. Doesn't like Adam is going to call a timeout here to hopefully use that round win to sort of use what they learned to try to figure out a new strategy. Because that round did work, but I'm not sure it was because of their initial strategy or if it was the lucky picks from Comfy through the door there.
I mean, Comfy does what Comfy does. You got to give it to him. But no, I think Miami really needs to root their strategy in getting quick control. Miami's defaults have kind of fallen away here because NEU are really standardized. You see that 2-1-2, pretty typical. They just keep the rotates when they hear a flash. You send one, like we saw the Omen Fade exchange. And NEU have a really good sense of how to hold a site. And I think Miami have a really good sense on how to break down a site. So if Miami can use their strengths and find out NEU's weaknesses, I think it'll be pretty easy site takes for Miami. But they can't keep doing these slow defaults like they just want to.
Yeah, we did see from NEU, especially on their attack round, they do like to play very slow, very, very, as you could say, clean Valorant. They're kind of playing very, standard strategy, not going too fast onto those sites, not try not to get, make any mistakes by going too fast onto a site, where all of Miami is at. But Miami likes to play a little more quick and dirty, as you could say. They like to just go fast, send a lot of people to one spot, and see what happens. And hopefully they can adapt based off of what NEU is doing. We see Buzz up there. Thunder is going to take him down. Fortunately, that could have been a very, very scary angle for Miami to peek there. But Ray's going to get the trade there. The Viper Wall is going to slow them down a decent amount, but they still have tree open with no one really watching that. So that is still a very open play for them. It doesn't seem like Miami really wants to back down, whereas NEU in the situation probably would have by now.
I like that. They're leaning into it. Maybe that's exactly what they talked about, that they need to go faster. And off of that, they did get a trade while two were watching at that. So I think Miami is finally starting to understand they need to go a little bit faster here. It is going to be NEU rotating 2 over to A, so that is just their strong side. Miami may just go B here. Prowler is going to be finding 1, and NEU not rotating off, just holding their spots. And Miami in a little bit of a tough situation here, as you can't go A. If you go B, you're going to get an instant rotate. KJ's outside of back main. Door's broken, but good flash there for Miami. This is going to be a fun site take.
Yeah, they're running the site. Turbo is forcing to get Sire and peek back out to get Jitful Student as well. It's going to leave Adam, unfortunately, on the site. And wow, NEU just used that fatal and all their usual just to run in and just take everyone in Miami down. It was looking very good at first for Miami, but Turbo being able to swing out and not get traded there just really really made it hard for Miami to keep their momentum onto the site. And with that fade out, it just made things look very, very not great for Miami. But some of them are gonna be able to pick up guns for Miami, but some of them have to be on a save. So I'm not really sure what the eco's gonna look like.
I mean, you kind of got to force it up here. It's 5-11. You're not gonna be able to do much. But Miami, I think it's kind of almost counterintuitive to the gameplay. They're taking the path of least resistance, and NEU knows that, and they're getting punished for it. Basically, NEU is just backing off, saying, all right, hey, you can have the site, and then they have professional level retakes. And I think Miami need to fight A there so they can get players off and have that man advantage, but it almost just seems like they're scared to fight NEU.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. And NEU was pretty aggressive on the A side there, but as you're saying, they kind of immediately backed off, and it's just waiting for any sort of info or retakes. A lot of them did back off through breakable here. Cummings going to try to swing it, but it's going to get spotted by Buzz there. Is going to get a flash, and Cummings going to be able to take him down. Smoke is going out there. Miami is still trying to decide, do we take this a pick advantage towards breakable, or do we keep going towards A? And it seems like they might be trying to go towards A more. We just see 2 sitting tree, and Ray is going to be able to kick Comfy off of that hard angle to swing there. Turbo going to be able to satchel across, and this is going to be 2 people at 2 different angles Miami has to hold. Wingman is going to be able to go down plant, but Ray able to spray that through. And it's not looking too great for Miami right now. They really have to get a pick and get this bomb down.
Yet again, but I mean, the players from NEU are still so far away. Viper just got here. We are going to see a pick from Jitful there, and man, that's a great side hold by NEU. Nothing against them. I mean, that was great. They peeked into they literally did exactly what we said last round. You should fight, and then they fought, and they got destroyed. Brutal.
Yeah, NEU is doing a really great job on this defender side of not getting picked off early, backing off, knowing which fights to take and which fights to back off and hold an angle. They're just getting these easy picks and kind of hanging back even more, waiting for Miami to push into them. As we've seen quite a few times, rounds are lost because Miami decided to push into somewhere where there could be the defenders there that aren't really sure. They decide to swing that, and they just get taken down one by one from that angle. So hopefully Miami can try to turn this around. But on a save 5-12, it's not looking super great for Miami. But there's still a very decent shot if Miami really changes up the strategy here.
Yeah, I mean, miracles have happened before, and Miami definitely needs one right now, as they are going to be walking into a fast, sprinting in. We are going to see the showstopper out from the Rays here. Thunder Knight trying to make a big play, sending it down. Jitville is going to be getting the pick with the Deagle, and now they have free A, and NEU need to have a pretty good response here so that Miami can't get their 6th.
They are going to all go back out through door. Might be trying to fight this KJ going out breakable. Is going to take on side, but it's going to get traded by Jitville Student. But we see NEU on site now, and it seems like Miami might have to retake the site themselves after they backed off. And they are going to put on that ult, but Thunder Knight is going to be able to use that stinger to take down Buzz. And Adam with the Guardian is going to get another 2. And very quick turn of events for Miami, but it's going to be able to pick up that round, which is very huge. Means they have another chance on this map, and hopefully some more guns in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good ult to get out, especially when you're on last round. You don't have any nets, and you get that Viper's Pit out, and that's great that you get that ult out of the way. So now Miami doesn't have to worry about it. They can take a site. They don't have to worry about that util. And Adam just absolutely clipping on them on a save. Great play.
Yeah, Adam does have a Vandal now they can take advantage of, and does have that Gecko ult back up. No ult really available from NEU either. So using this ult to their advantage could easily get them another round here, but it does seem like NEU is going to be rotating faster now onto the site. Adam getting one on shocked through stairs, but is going to leave the Fate alone here. But the rest of NEU, for the first time, I believe, this half, is deciding to go for a flank play here. Is going to leave the Fate alone on site. Is unfortunately going to get missed by the Gecko ult, but is going to get taken down anyway, as NEU is still flanking here.
Yeah, NEU really slow here. I didn't see where they were positioned at pre-round, but I mean, they're just trying to sprint into sight, and I think Miami have a good read on this. They're also on a save, so should be pretty easy for Miami to clean up.
Yeah,
let's hope.
Miami definitely didn't expect them on the flank either, but on the save there, well, Buzz able to pick up that Guardian, but they're gonna have to push through this smoke, and with the Gecko out going back out, I believe it's gonna spot the KJ there, and it's gonna get the KJ. They're just gonna spray through the door potentially, maybe open that door. And Covey's able to get one through Buzz, with leaving one player remaining with Turtwig.
Oh, all right, Adam. Pop off, little 3K there. Comfy with a great kill walking into that site. Or sorry, actually, Sire got that kill. Miami, great take. They walked into the resistance there and got some kills. I loved that opening pick from Adam. And that is how you take over a round. Miami actually using their their pop skill to their advantage and trying to fight for A control. And it's working.
Yeah, a very good take there. Showing that they might have learned a little bit from their prior rounds about how to take their sites. It is going to decide to go back to A because that's what's been working. But any relatively doing the same thing. Going to have 3 push towards there. And I expect them not to push too hard here, but as I say that, it does seem like that their Omen might still be aggressing here. Buzz going to get on that top angle. Comfy going to leave there off of being spotted by that Fade Eye, which I think is a pretty good play there. And Miami's going to be completely switching over to C where all the KJ util is sitting.
Yeah, it was good job to get out from Comfy. I'm not going to lie. I really thought he was dead there. I thought they were just going to get the kill on him immediately. And now Miami get a free C. Let's see how well they can hold it. I really hope they don't push the extremities here because NEU are going to be pushing. Oh, or not. or Thunder Knight can just W key it down. That's fine. Whatever, man. Good pick there from Thunder Knight.
Yeah, it's going to leave NEU with a 4v5 retake, but they do have that KJ ult, which it seems like Miami might want to break or push. It does seem like they're all gonna have to retreat through mounds, most of them, and none getting detained here. But them all pushed off site with some good picks there as they try to swing Miami, who all had to retreat towards mound, and it's just gonna be Turtwig there on spike and instantly taken down by Sire.
Destroyed, laid out.
That round was just kind of just an aim diff there, as Miami just had to push back out on the mound and just get those picks.
Turtwig even disconnects. I mean, come on, you can make a player rage quit mid-game. We are going to be going into a tech pause here, I'm pretty sure, as Turtwig is out of the server. But no, that was great for Miami. I mean, I love the mound play, just getting out and actually, trying to play your strengths on the plant there. What can you do if you're NEU trying to push into that? Dude, you got 5 people waiting for you. There's not much you can do for a retake.
Yeah, I was a little bit scared there for Miami, though, because they do have that ult push them all the way back towards mound. Based on where they planted the spike, they did plant 4 mound, but it was still in a position where NEU could have gotten half and gotten positioning, or even like smokes down to where Miami would have had to just lucky spray through or have to push back onto the site to try to get them off that bomb. But that isn't how it turned out. And he decided to swing into Miami, and Miami just showed them you don't swing us when we're on mound.
You
You don't
throw
swing
a
us.
smoke or something, maybe a flash, but they got destroyed
Yeah.
instantly when they swung them. Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Yeah, especially like you said, not using any util there, is maybe a little unfortunate. But Miami is gonna have finally some eco back and a little bit of a round snowball. Hopefully, I can take this momentum to an OT. Would personally love to see that. Especially for the first map of the year. Seeing some really good competition would be fantastic. And I'm loving to see that Miami is learning a little bit from their mistakes and how NE likes to play, and is really capitalizing off of and he was sort of slow takes onto slow aggression into where they're trying to push. They're not really doing what Miami was doing, where they're just sending 4 down a main with all the util and just hoping to get some picks. They're kind of playing back a little bit and waiting for rotates. And like you were saying, they do rotate very quickly, so Miami could maybe do a fake to try to catch them off guard and take advantage of that. But even if Miami keeps doing what they're doing, it seems to be working. So we'll see if they use this tech pause to talk over some strategy a little bit too.
Yeah, I do like the kind of pick and prod method that Miami is using right now. Fast rotates by NEU are not always the best thing, and we have seen that actually now for about 3 rounds, that they just keep sending players away when Miami gets about 2 people of contact. Miami has been getting opening picks, but they get opening contact, opening pick, and then NEU just send it over to the site where they got the pick. And then Miami goes, all right, pack it up. Let's go to a different site. That's fine. And I think that's probably going to be the theme of the game here. Comfy going to be getting one. Oh, Buzz going to be getting the trade. Get your ecos here, free. Get your ecos. Going to be set. Oh, the Cypher ult.
The Cypher ult is going to give them the info that there's going to be 2 on B side, but they are backed up a little bit. And with that second ping, is going to see that Viper might be flanking them. So Miami's just going to decide to full rush onto this B site. We're going to see 1 towards the breakable, though. Is going to get the info that they're there with the Viper util. And the Cypher cam telling them that there's the Viper rotating back, but doesn't get a kill from Thunder Knight and Adam, as Miami's just going to continue to lock down the site.
And they know where the Omen is, so probably going to get double pushed here. Yep, they are going to be swinging into him. The Omen is 3/4 health waiting. Thunder Knight can be getting it, and that's Jifville Student cleaning it up for 9-12 Miami. This is shaking up to be a pretty quick game. Or sorry, a pretty good game, I should say.
Yeah, really, things are really turning around for Miami, and it's looking to be like some of the reverse of what the timeline was last half. And after the tech pause, NU is going to be like, all right, they got 4 rounds. We need a little bit of a timeout. Especially since this is another round where NU can't afford to have guns, which might be their last one until it gets to 11-12, which the risk of an overtime. So I think this is a good timeout here from NEU. As if they let Miami pick up this round, it is looking more and more likely that we would get into an overtime, which I'm sure NEU just wants to close us out right here, right now, and not have a risk of that happening.
Right. I mean, it's tough to have a 4-8 half and then run it down, and now you've got overtime. I mean, that's tough on the mental, that's tough on the momentum. That's tough for the game up ahead. So if Miami, like you said, if Miami can get this 10th round, then that would be massive for their eco, that would be massive for their ego, and that would be massive for, like I said, the next map. So I think everything here points to Miami's momentum that they need to get quickly here.
Yeah, Miami has the round momentum, all the eco that they could ever need. Because by the time their eco would be bad, they would have lost.
Yeah, right,
already.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Miami has guns for days. Can easily have enough money to bring them through the rest of the half. So NEU kind of has to pick up this round right now, or it's going to be looking like 11-12 scenario, as I have said. We do see the Odin coming out from Ray, which could be a little bit of a cheeky play, as we do see him sitting towards tree. Might just try to spray out Miami as they're pushing in, but is not going to end up doing that. Cyrus going to be the only one towards A, kind of playing back off of that one way. Miami is going to try to test B main instead of 3 walking up, but Adam with the bomb is going to be peeking C. No one is going to be peeking there. NEU, again, playing very passive, except for Buzz here, which is going to be playing off of this one way. But Cyrus seems to be playing back. Hopefully not going to swing into that right now, but might be swinging. This side's not to, but Miami's still taking space towards B main, which is Turtwig here to sort of stop them here.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yet again, it's pull and prod. Miami is on to B, but I have no doubts that Cypher lurks C. Either going to be opening the door, or they're just planning. All right, Jifville is going to be getting one with the Aftershock there. Comfy is going to be taking some space, throwing some smokes. We do see the Rays in heaven now, and Miami comfortable in a post plant here. I mean, this looks bad for NEU. Or not. 2 picks immediately from Buzz and Ray. Now Miami actually need to make up some space here. Adam is going to be getting 1 and 3 with 2v2 now. It is going to be Adam going nuclear here. Back main's going to be the Viper, God. And Adam gets a 4K to
Adam
clean
with the
it
4K.
up.
They're popping off in that room right now. Adam pretty much single-handedly won the round for them there. What a great play. What great picks by Adam. Just perfect positioning, able to take one reposition, just back to back, getting 4 kills there. Just wow, just world class play from Adam, just showing how good of an asset he is to this team right now.
Putting him on hard bots. I mean, that's crazy. that dude just kept repositioning after picks. I mean, that was some professional level clutching right there.
He was swinging and started seeing the blue dots from aim labs.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, we're getting into aim trainer level here. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, that was a sick play by Adam. Oh, wait, was that blind? I think that was a blind showstopper. That was great.
Yeah, just throwing that ult down there, getting a pick is gonna be huge for Miami. Does have a little bit of space to take on A, but it seems like they might be backing up here, especially off this own and play. Company able to TP out, looking very scary there for a second. And you decided to over rotate towards A though, so this is a completely free C site. Especially Miami just decides to go fast all on C, and they have no util on C either. It does seem like their KJ might get a little bit of an inkling that they're going there. Same with Turtwig as going towards this door. But that breach ult is going to go out, and it seems like Miami's going to have a completely free site here. So Ennie's going to have to retake this site with no ults and down a man.
Yeah, I mean, that over-rotate just killed him there in this round. If they do get this, it would be a miracle, as Ziggy did see the head of Cypher there, still going to be hunting for it. Turtwig going to be getting one here, but Miami should be able to get this site here. As we do see a spam there, it is going to be the util there from Fade, but Miami's still in a pretty comfortable spot here. Doubled up main, doubled up back main as we do wait. Ray going to be peeking out, but good smokes here for Miami. The bomb is not down yet, though. I mean, Miami need to, there it is. It is going to be going to, no! Oh my, no.
That is such an unfortunate end to the half there. We had so much hope, but we did see Ray.
Brutal loss.
I'm not sure who exactly it was, but there was someone with the Marshall who just took down that wingman, which left bomb just out in the open where Ray had an Odin, or excuse me, an Ares that's able to spam that out, and just spam that out, make it so they can't pick up the bomb again. They had 2 people on flank. You know, they just collapsed in on them with the you know, even with the save guns that they had. Just unfortunate. Like if the wingman would have got the spike down, I believe that would have been a 1 round for Miami. But just getting that wingman killed, the spike just stranded in no man's land, and Miami getting pushed from all sides. That was just a good retake from NEU, and really turned things around.
The Odin play prevails again, as we see many times. I mean, that's tough that it wins that round. But no, I think you're right. I mean, if the bomb goes down, then Miami have a pretty safe spot. And it's unlucky that the breach ult doesn't get anything because NEU over-rotates. It's crazy they get rewarded for that, just collapsing on with low eco there, with bad guns collapsing, and then Miami just gets taken down from the triple swing there. I think Miami, though, definitely could have prevented that by trying to play Mound. If they got the spike down a little bit quicker, they had time, and it seems like they didn't take that opportunity, and that's what cost them the round.
Yeah, Miami didn't have that very hopeful momentum there, you know, and it's just heartbreaking to see how that ended. I'm assuming same for the players in there as well. Yeah. Based on how the start of the round went, it just felt like a free push into the final round before overtime. But you know, they did lose quite maybe a bit too many rounds in the beginning of the half, and you know, just really made it so Miami had to make no mistakes, and you know, when they did, it just all came crashing down, unfortunately. But you know, and you able to pick up that map. Miami's still looking hopeful though going into the second map. I believe they're going to start defense on Haven. I believe is the map coming up here. But we are going to take 5 here for the team, for both teams here. So us casters are also going to take 5. So we're
drink
gonna
some water.
Yeah, we're gonna drink some water. We're gonna get recuperated before this next map. But you can maybe drink some water. But other than that, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Valorant on Haven. Map 2 coming to you next. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Map 2 of ESC Valorant, Miami University versus Northeastern. And if you're still with us, that means you think we're more important than the current presidential debate going on right now. So we appreciate that a lot.
Let's go.
And thank you for staying for some peak Valorant gameplay. We are going to go into Map 2, which is Haven. Miami starting on defense here. And based on seeing how the last game went, I hope Miami could take their 5-minute break to not only get some water, go to the bathroom, but also talk about what sort of plans they can change going into Haven, as it is another 3-site map. So that sort of strategy of what sort of maps to go to and where the defense is going to be placed could be somewhat similar, considering they both have the unique trait of being 3-site maps.
I think Miami is definitely a lot more used to Haven. We saw them last year play Haven a lot more, and they're kind of Haven demons. I mean, they would definitely take over that map, and it was at least my favorite to watch them play. But I like the poke and prod that they were doing on Lotus, and I hope that they continue to do it on Haven and try and punish some of those rotative mistakes from NEU, because they're not fixing it yet. But as we just found out in the waiting time, NEU are the former ESC champions. They are the defending ESC champions. So if this game looks a little bit harder than most, that's why. But we're still putting up good numbers against them, I gotta say.
Yeah, we are. You might have seen that 5-12 last map and be like, oh yeah, they are the defending ESC champion. That makes a little sense. But Miami did bring it back to, I believe, a 10-12.
Yep.
So that was very, very close there. Showing that Miami still puts up a good fight against these, what typically would be stronger teams. We were hearing from production that some or maybe most of the roster has changed. But it's still the same school, still the same defending ESC champions, and Miami quickly locking in their comp there with Breach, Jet, Sova, Cypher, and Omen, which I believe is pretty standard on Haven. Northeastern's still kind of hovering a little bit, but I assume their comp's gonna be pretty similar. As they do have 4 of the same agents
It
already
quite
hovering.
literally, it might literally be the same. But yeah, I mean, this is the regular comp. Like this is what you're going to see most times. And Miami very confident. So I wonder if they rehearsed that comp, if they knew that this was going to be their Haven comp no matter what. It's literally the same comp. We're actually seeing Ditto right now. All right, who's the better comp
Yeah.
here? I'm excited.
What's very interesting about having mirror comps here on Haven, I believe this is a pretty default Haven comp, so I'm not too surprised. And we already see the exact same thing here. Is that there's no excuse for like, oh, they just have better utility for this situation. They just have better this for this situation. It's all going to come down to who knows how to play this map better on those agents, and it's going to be pretty much pure strategy and somewhat aim here. But it's just interesting to see how these two different teams we've seen had very two different gameplays. Last map are going to take this map with the same comp. I assume going to be, still maybe being a little more aggressive while NU still being a little more passive, which with this comp could work very well for either play style. So I'm just really interested to see how this turns out. I'm not sure if either team is surprised that they're facing an identical comp here.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, with Miami starting on defense, it does seem like they're going to be doing some early C aggression here. But NU is going to go with the tried and true A site first potentially. Maybe some going towards mid for a peak. But no one towards C, so Miami can have a good flank here, or depending if they decide to back off, just get absolutely nothing as NU gets A site for free, as we just see Adam trying to peek short there.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like a chess game. It'll be interesting to see. I want to do a posture check of that whole arena behind us. I wanted to say it. I got to let the intrusive thought come out here. I want to posture check that whole arena. Down this dirt wing, going to be getting a pick onto Adam. First pick of the game as we do enter into Haven here. And not a good omen, but it is going to be Miami rushing back to A as NEU already have side control.
Oof. Wow, and Turtwig using that dash to get a quick kill on the comfy. Sire going to put that cage down, try to switch the gun, but I'm just picking up another classic. And he's going to get side for free here. And there's not off site, and Miami's going to have to fight off from that CT angle. And with NU set up very well here for any sort of pushback on the site. Some of them playing back, some of them playing aggressive towards these angles. So Miami's going to have to maybe wait this util out and try to push through here, but it's not looking too great here already.
Yeah, as we do see Sire trying to push in Aftershocked. Doesn't take any damage, but is going to get destroyed by Ray, and now it's a 1v5, and NEU cleans that up. Ray with 3.
Ray with 3. Ray's been showing on their team that he's kind of the resident fragger.
Right.
Being I believe match MVP or pretty close to it.
He was match MVP.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically it was Adam last time because he had a higher ACS, but it was Ray with the higher kills.
Yes. And what we just saw from the last round is interesting. NEU can pretty much completely change up their playstyle. If this was on Lotus, we would see NEU maybe get that pick, but decide just to test the water still a little bit more. But NEU decided to take that pick and immediately take that space and just jet dash from the A site, which ended up working out for them very well here. But it's interesting to see how the different comp in the different maps NEU likes to change up their playstyle. It seems like NEU is going to instead go for a Sova drone down short. Going to see that there's no one there, and might end up taking that space there. We do see 2 on NEU. Sort of towards C, but actually NEU's just going to back off, even though realizing that there's no one in short, but might be playing off that info that Buzz saw no one, and this is going to be a very good play for NEU. No one is on C for Miami. They all decided to stack A this round.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what you got to do in a save. But now it's a good gamble choice here from NEU as they do walk on and get free presence. I mean, that's definitely the sign of a good team when they're able to change up their play style that quick. Definitely see that in VCT a lot. And per map, I'm sure they've rehearsed it, 100 times, especially to have the Ditto comp and everything. So I think Miami definitely has some tough competition here as they do try and retake the site with worse guns. But it's going to be interesting to see if Miami can even put up a fight on this map.
Yeah, Miami's going to be down on guns. Most of them just having sheriffs. And NEU already having full sight is just going to back up towards long. I'm not sure if Miami's going to even try to push this here. Maybe play for exit frags, but they're all going to go back to their spawn. If they didn't get buzzed, we're just going to be the one guy that's going to be aggressing on the site. But Miami's just going to play back here still and try not to get too aggressive. And I think they're just going to try to die to bomb here, which is exactly what they're going to do for their eco. And none of them dying to NEU, which is very good for the eco as well. Miami with seeing how that was playing out, they're like, we're probably not going to win this. Let's just try to play back in Data Bomb for better eco, and that's exactly what they did. They're going to have guns now. With NEU going to have 2 rifles, but most of them just going to bonus from the last round.
And it was a good pick on the Buzz, going to be resulting in a little less money, but not really a massive difference. I think Miami could have got a little more aggressive there, but they did deny, the eco money from NEU, just trying to do some damage control there. And now we do see a setup from NEU going to be trying to, looks like just a little default in mid, definitely a little more BA sided. As we do see the Cypher and Omen going to be trying to get a little bit of garage aggression here. But yet again, kind of another slow default, just testing the waters here, as we saw back in Lotus.
Yeah, it does seem like NE is just gonna use the info that they got a little bit of pushback on the A to push towards the B side. There is a Cypher trip set up there with Thunder Knight, had a good angle to catch them off that trip. The Jet dashing is gonna get hit by the trip. Thunder Knight's gonna spray through, get one,
right.
but immediately gonna get traded by Buzz with
What a trade.
spray back as well. But I think NE having the site, Miami's gonna be able to push from both sides, but Ray taking down Comfy as the smoke was going down, unfortunately. Miami's gonna be down man here, but this is still very winnable. Miami does have the better guns, but it's have to push onto a site where NE was holding pretty great angles here, so it's going to be pretty difficult for them.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some great crosses here held by NEU. You've got the Cypher back site. You have the Omen re-aggressing here. With this back turned, I guess. You have Jetville Student. It's going to be a double peek onto the Jet here. Don't give him ones. He's going to be giving him ones. Turtwig going to be getting one. Oh, and the kill. Now it's a 1v2. Jetville Student needs to do it all. He's on 25 health. 4 bullets left, going to be swinging into this Silva and immediately taken down.
Yeah, Jetville Student was starting to take the ones and turn that around, but when you're stuck on 25 health, that Silva was Ray was stuck with the util out at first, but was able to duck back behind and just regress that and take down Jetville Student. Yeah, it is good to see Miami even bringing it down to one man there. Ray's still gonna have plenty of money, but the rest of NEU gonna have a little bit less creds, but Miami gonna be forced onto a save based off of losing that round. It's tough to see 3 losses in a row, though. You would think based on the gun advantage they would have won the last one. But just NEU's hold on the B side was very successful, and really made it so Miami couldn't really get anything done.
Yeah, I think Miami is slowly figuring out that they're going to need to aggress. You can't let a high-tier team like NEU just have a site. They're going to be able to hold it perfectly, especially even with worse guns, they're going to be able to hold it better. And I think Miami need to go back to their old ways and just start scrapping on sites. Just start sending 2 in, try and get your picks, and hold those angles as we see now, and just really scrap it out here.
Yeah, and NEU is gonna, even though they see there's gonna be some pushback here, did take a little bit more space towards short with the Jet. But there's going to be comms going out to just back off in general, and most likely go for a C play here, or at least that would be the better one from what we can see, as there's no one on the C site. But it seems like they're going to be spreading out a little bit. Some going to garage, some maybe aggressing window, and some maybe even waiting for a rehit on A. But I think NE's just sort of going back to a default, looking for any sort of info that they could get. Their Jet is still pushed up towards short. But Thunder Knight does get a kill on Ziggy towards mid, which is most likely going to make NEU decide to go back for an A rehit.
Yeah, I like this. A great pick onto NEU. I mean, that definitely makes it a little more difficult. 30 seconds left here for NEU to pick a site. It looks like they are going to be picking A. Buzz is going to be getting the pick onto Comfy, and now Adam kind of has to make the hero play here. We do see Turtwig looking up for that aggression. There's 3 players health, looking for some picks. They may just, yeah, it's going to be Turtwig getting the kill there. Yep, triple peeking this. The flank from Sova going to be trying to get the aggression here. Is going to be picked by Sire, and now it's a 2v3, but Miami maybe looking for the save here.
Looking for the save yet again. I'm not sure if they're going to try to die to bomb again for some more eco. I mean, Jetville Student has the Guardian, but actually might decide to push in again. He's going to have the info. He's going to try to spread out the Jet, but unfortunately goes down, predicting those shots. Sire's going to end up picking up a Vandal that was brought down. Oh, we get full flash from the swing, and it's going to get swung by all the entire team. Gets one on Buzz, but left on 3 HP is unable to take down Shocked, and that's another round going to NEU. But Miami should have a little bit more money this round to spend, so hopefully going to be able to full buy. NEU still with plenty of money and the Soul Vault. But on the side of Miami, does have a Cypher ult, which could definitely help with a retake scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just got to run there. If you're Sire, I think you just hit the dash. Like, you got to get out because you need to play for your eco. And, giving NEU more creds there doesn't really help anything. I like the re-aggression, but at some point you got to cut your losses. And that, just gives more creds to NEU. Definitely Miami need to turn a new stone here and try and figure out a new way to hold these sites.
Yeah, and Adam with the operator here on C, quite a bold play for, especially for how low creds Miami had. I believe someone bought Adam the op, and he bought someone else a Vandal. But no one's going to be pushing out into C here. It's going to be kind of just sitting there watching the angle as the rest of NEU is spread out more towards B and A, backing off the space just slightly. towards A. Their Cypher creeping up garage. Jiffle Student is gonna use that flash to get across towards short, but NAU is deciding to pull back. But Adam did decide to rotate off of C. Is in the B area, but it seems like NAU might decide just to go back to C anyway. Thunder Knight sitting garage could be caught off guard here, as it seems like some NAU might be putting some aggression towards garage.
Yeah, I mean, yet again, poke and prod, as they are going to be looking for some. They're looking to set up a C hit here, and it's going to be interesting. Turtwig going to get contact here in a second. It is going to be a spray not going through for Thunder Knight. Ziggy is going to be getting the pick, and now NEU just has a free C site. They have complete reign, and we do see the Sova ult coming out. Doesn't look like it's going to be getting any real effect here, as we do see Miami kind of scrambling to get in position for a retake. But NEU, yet again, world-class site take.
Yeah, NEU just really had perfect timing off that pick. Just decide to fully run in. And I just got the free site, but we do see their Cypher going to be creeping up towards B main. Ziggy could be able to get a potential 3K here, catching Miami completely off guard, catching Comfy out, but it doesn't give Adam the time to react. The rest of the team dying from sight. Adam able to get the pick on the Ziggy, not expecting where he is going to be at, but Adam is just going to play tack towards garage. He's going to get run at by Buzz potentially. Oh, just barely missed. Oh, might have a play if he turns around. It could get 1 or 2 on NEU, but is unlikely going to get the...
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Great awareness by Shocked. That's, man, NEU's really kind of putting the foot down here. I think we may have stepped onto the wrong territory here in Haven. NEU looking like a different squad than the Lotus game.
Yeah, for sure. NEU is really showing their practice in scrimming on this map.
Yeah.
Just having very good strategy. Most likely this is the map NEU picked based on how they're playing this.
Yeah.
But also last round there could have been a very interesting scenario where if he decided just to push back through garage, could have maybe got a sneaky defuse this. The entirety of NEU just was running at him.
Yeah,
but
they were sprinting away.
Had no idea, but Miami's gonna get a little bit more aggressive towards B main, just sending Adam straight into their spawn already. NEU is gonna try to go for A aggression, but we do see Ray is gonna be holding flank here, but Adam is gonna be backing off a little bit. Miami mostly rotated back towards A. Them getting bombed down, but Miami able to stop it. That's me bomb going down, and could open up a free flank here from Adam, as we do see some people watching him, but no trips down.
Yeah, I like the positioning post plant here for Miami. NEU a little bit spread out in the site. We do see those 2 long players, and Turtwig is going to be taking some aggression. So if we can see a kill coming out by Sire, not going to be happening there. But Jitville just trying to throw some util from heaven, and now it's a rough spot for Miami. You have your main aggression. They needed to win that fight onto Jet. It is going to be Thunder Knight walking in with some good timing, as Jet just looks away. Valorant timing there. And still, Miami, worse guns, needs to walk in here. Bomb ticking down, and NEU completely long side. That's a tough spot. Not going to be able to. Just dying to bomb, like you said.
Yeah, they're just gonna hide to die to bomb, and he's just running out of the site. Yeah, them all just dying to bomb. It's that flank could have been really huge for Adam, especially with that Guardian. Could be able to get the 2 long there, but I believe the Cypher was somewhat predicting it as with that positioning. But I think Adam might have made a footstep jumping off of this side here, which made the Cypher aware. Even though Buzz holding the angle further down the site, didn't really notice. The Ziggy was able just to swing and immediately take down that flank, which really shut down Miami's momentum. As if he would have got 2 there, this would have been more avoidable round. But Miami decided to die to bomb and get more eco for this round. NEU yet again going for a little more of A aggression. Jitville Student just sending out the dart and falling back to site.
Yeah, I mean, yet again, another NEU strategy here. They're just going to show presence A, and as we've seen, as we've seen the last time, they just like to go A. But now it does look like they're rotating away a little bit. I kind of expected them to keep a bit more presence at A and kind of run it down a little bit, but it looks like they're going to be doing another classic play, running down C.
Yeah, they're just going to all run down garage and someone long and get onto that site, forcing everyone to push off. But Thunder Knight from garage able to get a quick pick on the Shocked, which is huge for them. Maybe Sire could use that for the Cypher ult, but Sire's kind of stuck towards CT. Isn't going to get 1 pick, just has the smokes going down. Thunder Knight going to flash out. With the drone going up from Miami as well, but they're all watching garage. Could be a pick for Sire here. Oh, goes down to Ray. Thunder Knight is going back to garage. They're not really watching as much. Just gonna take down Ray. Oh, it's gonna get flashed there. Jitville to take down Turtwig, and that's just gonna be Buzz left on site and Comfy left in a 1v1.
Comfy, the clutch player, the team captain. Can he do it to secure the first round for Miami? Gonna be peeking up. Oh,
god.
Oh no. He almost had it.
He
If
almost
he
had
aimed
it.
a little bit better, he had it.
Yeah,
That's so
just
brutal.
hate to see it. You know, I don't know if it was nerves and not expecting him there, but just decided to spray that Vandal and
Oh man.
ended up not getting that
That's
win down
brutal.
and immediately calling the timeout. I mean, yeah, I might have even liked to see a timeout a little bit sooner based on how this was going, but
Yeah.
you know, you just at this point you're down 0-7. It's clearly not working. You just have to reconvene and try to figure out some sort of new strategy. Just try something completely different to try to um catch any of you off guard maybe. But I've noticed any likes to show presence A and then back off a little bit with someone lurking up mid. And based off of that info, they decide where they're going to go next. If they get pressure mid, they usually go back towards A. If they don't get pressure mid, they usually end up doing a full rotate towards C, sometimes B. I'm interested to see if Miami ends up catching on to that or if they just keep doing the same old thing.
I mean, it seems like I think even if Miami catches on, when you've got 5 players coming towards you, you've got Silver Darts coming in, Jet is dashing on. I mean, are you going to try and hold that site? Miami have to have the same reaction every time, or they can start stacking, which is just a gamble. But NEU, I think, really has them in the mental mix here and understands that they can pretty much do whatever they want. They all, they go A, then C. They go C, then A. Pressure, get a pick, run away. I mean, NEU is really the king on this map of just trying to get that pressure, that prod, get that pick. Like we saw Miami do on Lotus, where they were able to, they were definitely better at getting the prod and then getting the pick. But NEU has, great site take. They have great, they're getting good picks, walking into site. And it looks like they're going to do the same thing here. Breach stun, walk in, throw some util, show presence. Mid lurkers try and clean it up.
Yeah, they are doing the exact same thing, showing a presence like we were saying. But it does seem like the Cypher is going to hear some people towards B. I believe he's hearing them, which is what's going to call the call more towards A. But actually, they're going to be running back here. I'm not too sure if the Cypher actually heard them then, but it's going to get peeked by Comfy. Is unfortunately going to not be able to take one down. Absolutely can get the trade, but isn't taken down by Shocked, which means Miami's already down a man, and NEU kind of has free reign over the sites. They do get some picks towards B. But Miami is rotating back towards Garage and C, which seems like where NEU is going. So this could be a good time to rotate for Miami, especially if they can get this early pick off of Ziggy. But it seems like Ziggy might be going right behind them, with them having no idea that they're about to get flanked right now.
Yeah, this is amazing timing. Omen just looking completely away, throwing smite, and Ziggy walks away as no one is going to be contacting here. Ziggy is going to be calling free sight, though, onto C. It is going to be a flash out of Thunder Knight. Goes into backside here. Could get a kill onto the... Yeah, he does kill onto Ray. Now going to be pressured by that Aftershock. Needs to TP out, waiting on site. And it's just 3v2 now in a save round.
Yeah, Ziggy in a very good positioning, though. Is able to catch Sire fully off guard. And Thunder Knight as well. And it takes down Jitville soon. I was going to say, that was great positioning from Thunder Knight using the flash TP, getting the pick down. But, Ziggy it was just very amazing timing there for Ziggy. Thunder Knight decided, right as Thunder Knight was turning around, Ziggy decided to fall back into CT. So they had no idea there was someone behind. Ziggy at the perfect time decided to pop out, get one, get another, and then the last one was suddenly left in a 1v2, and you couldn't really do anything there. Just a near perfect flank from Ziggy there. That's crazy.
Man, what do you do when you're against a perfect Cypher? I mean, the perfect lurk player. He had the great timing. Miami, just caught out in the open throwing smokes. And then, 2v3. Oh, let's just get a perfect 3K against a save. Easy. Oh, man.
Yeah, just Miami's struggling to combat these plays here from any, but Comfy getting an early kill on the short, but they are going to get wrapped around already as they're already on site through long. Jitville's just going to be stuck short. Maybe trying to get a kick on the Ziggy with his knife out, and is going to get that done. He's trying to try peeking the Buzz, but Buzz is reacting off that and is trying to spray him out. Jitville student is able to back out in the long, but NEU's still going to be cautious about the person behind, as the rest of Miami's going to try to go through CT, but Turbic is going to get a third on Thunder Knight, and Cyrus left alone there, with both of Miami players being spread out, and Jitville student is going to be ran up onto short.
Good pick by Sire. Now, it is Jitville that needs to try and deal with everything, and the Cypher on site that definitely needs to try and deal with the push here. I think NEU... Well, sorry to plan it. This is a great Sova ult. Going to be getting one. And the next one, it's a 1v1. And it is a spray. And it's enough time. They're halved as they pop up behind us. I thought I heard a death slam. I was like, oh no. All right, hey, we're not 13-0. I'm just saying.
We are not 13-0. That is one round on the board. Probably for Miami. Jitville student closing on yet again. Like he's been doing this entire series, just been closing out those final rounds. I mean, happy to finally get one there. That was a really interesting plays there, as Miami was at first getting cornered in short, but Jitvel Student able to get one and get out, and then both NEU was pushing towards Jitvel Student in short, but Sire able to wrap around, and then NEU were the ones getting stuck in short. So just really interesting positioning and repositioning there. That ended up working in Miami's favor. Getting NEU maybe a little bit confused, but NEU is just going to decide to throw right pressure again with that breach stun. Might have been able to catch out Adam. Is going to be able to get one across there though. Both are flashed. Adam is going to try to smoke, maybe hopefully get across off that aftershock, but that flash didn't go out in time. Buzz is able to get the kill before the flash fully pops, and that was going to be Adam backed off on the site. Jitvel Student also playing short, but it seems like NEU is just going to back off aggression just slightly. Maybe decide to re-hit, but is likely going to see what Ziggy can get off towards the mid. Might be able to catch Sire here as he is close to Garage, but does not swing out. And he decides to somewhat fully fall back towards the mid.
Dude, copy and paste strategy, man. We have seen this, I'm pretty sure, 8 out of the 9 rounds. They hit B once, but this is crazy. I mean, NEU is literally doing the same thing every single time, and it's working. Just getting a pick, throwing great util. We do see 2 players low here, but well, now they finally go B. But no, I mean, Miami just doesn't have a response to this. I don't know what they do here against, players that have perfect util and perfect timing. I mean, not much to do.
Yeah, I mean, NEU is definitely using their, well-practiced strategy again and again. But, Miami hasn't really been able to find an answer to it yet. Adam is going to be pushing towards mid, though. Isn't going to pick on the Ray. Ziggy is low. Could be, actually, a lot of NEU is low. They're off one tappable from a Vandal, so this could be a very different round, assuming that they can actually find them and not get aimed out.
Oh, no way!
And Adam getting a pick on the Ziggy. And that's going to be another round going to Miami, very fortunately. But, yeah, I think that was just a result of NEU all being one tappable from either a Phantom or a Vandal. So, they're just able to get sprayed out and, easy picks. Picks another round for Miami.
Wow. What do you do when you're outclassed? You just get the clutch, I guess. If you're a Jitvel Student, you just get the clutch. I don't know. I mean, they're all one tap by Vandal, and you get the perfect spray down. We'll see that on his metal clips later. Obviously, that's going to be on the Twitter. Put it on the Instagram. But, no, that was great. I mean, I like the positioning and then the aggressive retake from Jitvel Student. He definitely has mastered the art of, like, the 1v1 or the 1v2 retake. I think he's done it 4 times this series. And, yeah, I mean, yet again, copy and paste play. We see aggression here on A. Another pick from Buzz onto Jitvel Student, and now they're gone, like a ghost of the night.
Yeah, they just throw out that breach stun. Adam swings that, ends up not getting one. They back off a little bit, but this time they decide to go back towards A. And it's just kind of a copy and paste start of the round. That seems like seemingly a coin flip of do they go back A or do they go towards mid?
Yeah.
This is of course based off info, but it's been pretty 50-50, which makes them seemingly a little bit harder to predict for Miami. But NEU is just going to go right back on the site. It's going to go for the breach ult, but it's just going to get flanked completely by the Jet, and Shot is going to take on Adam with the aftershock. Adam also getting caught in that breach ult, unfortunately, and it's going to leave Miami in a 2v5 retake.
And just like that, it's pretty much over as we see 2 kills from Turtwig and Ziggy. Man, how do you deal with that, like, A pressure? It's literally happened almost every single round this game, and if you're Miami, do you just try and stack? Do you send aggressive through mid? When they did send 2 aggro players to lurk through mid, they got killed because NEU just turned around. They put the aggression the other way. It's like, it's a great attack, and you can't even say comp diff. I mean, it's a great start to the round that Miami just can't deal with.
Yeah, and it's clearly very well practiced on this map and with this comp specifically. I'm assuming this is their map pick. They're very, very confident that could outclass Miami on this map, and it is showing here. As they are using the same strategy over and over, but it's continuing to work. Adam actually getting a pick though on Turtwig this time, which is likely going to force NEU to fall back, especially since Ziggy is not going to really see anything towards mid. Might catch that maybe the Omen sitting on B based off of where that smoke came from. Ziggy is going to potentially swing this into the trip into Thunder Knight. Is this shoot down the trip and throw on the cage? NEU is going to be pretty much giving up their space on A. I would assume probably going to go for a C play here. Maybe send Ziggy Garage, but Sire is sitting here ready and waiting for a C push here. Garage is completely open though, other than that trip. But NEU might be going back towards A. It's really unclear where they're trying to go right now.
Yeah, I mean, now this is a different play. We have not seen this one before. They do lurk up to... Oh, wait, actually, we have. I wasn't even looking at the map right there. They're going A again. They keep the Cypher mid. That's what I was confused about. But they are keeping pressure A. Miami is going to be in more of a default defense here. And NEU player down, going to have to find a good way to get into a site here in this last round.
Yeah, and the NEU maybe deciding to back off of that pressure a little bit. That breach stun going out, maybe going to try to make Miami over rotate. Cypher's going to try to get some space on the B, maybe preparing to do a flank if they try to go on to C, but Thunder Knight just with a clean one tap on the Ziggy, shutting that down. NEU's going to have 15 seconds to go on the C and plant with Sire already there to hopefully stall them at all, because they really need to get this plant down. If Sire can just spray this bomb, gets damage down, gets a pick on the shock, but NEU's barely going to be able to get the spike down. Ray is low, but NEU Omen does have the ult and some more health there. It's going to get full flash though, and sung by Adam, and Adam able to get 3 there. What a great swing. And that brings the score of this first half to 3-9. NEU is up, but you know what they say about 9-3.
I was just about to bring up the 9-3 curse. I mean, Adam the GOAT in that play. Seriously, I mean, that was a great re-entry. Spamming the smoke like you didn't care, and then just walking it and getting the 2 taps there. I like it. I like the confidence on the retake, and hopefully Miami can use some NEU strats on themselves here as they, try and get some kills on attack side.
Yeah, I really hope that Miami can pick up this post around, because they really need to get momentum starting right away to have a chance at winning this map, which is definitely possible. They do have the same comp, so there isn't really anything I'm assuming that NEU would be surprised with that they could really pull. So Miami I would assume, is just going to try to go for their default aggression right away, as they've been doing a lot, and I assume NEU is just going to go for more of a default defense in the first round, try to test out how Miami's doing. But Miami start does look pretty similar to NEU's. They're going to send a Cypher lurking up towards Garage, and the rest of them could have put pressure on the A. That same breach stun right away, the same dart being thrown by NEU. This is looking like the same
copy and paste.
Again.
It's the same thing, man. As they are going to be walking up, trying to get some pressure. I like they're going to test the waters on the rotate here a little bit. I don't think Miami's going to go in here. It's a little risky. They know NEU over-rotate a lot. They know there's going to be more players on site holding it. And I think Miami's just trying to stir the chaos here a little bit, and maybe just trying to walk out and dump off some aggression here and just trying to make NEU over-rotate.
Yeah, and the one thing that Miami did a little bit differently is that they had Sire rotate back to site pretty much immediately as they were trying to put aggression on. NEU like to keep their Cypher towards the mid to catch any sort of rotates, or maybe test if they get any space on the B, but it seems like Miami's just going to re-aggress towards A. Adam going right into Shocked, but is going to end up getting the kill there. And Adam getting another kill on the Ray, and Sire able to get a kill on the Buzzes. They're just pushing on the site. Good utility usage from Miami just to take that site fully, and NEU's down to a 2v5, and they're smoked off and have to retake the site here.
Ziggy is going to be getting one onto Comfy. There it is, going to be a 4v2. The Heaven player is still alive here. Just waiting on the response here. Ziggy trying to get the pick, but that's tough when you have a no, don't peek. Just chill. Just chill. They need to not lose numbers here, please. It is a 3v1 here. Turtwig on low health going to be peeking into and traded out by Thunder Knight. That is a pistol round going to Miami. I like it. They used some NEU strats there, and they got an NEU result.
They did end up getting that round win there. With 2 players left isn't too bad. Maybe would have liked to see that you could be a little bit better, but it's still a round win. Bring it to 4-9. Winning that post round is really essential there. They're able to buy up. Excuse me, Jidville student was gonna buy that Phantom, but decided to sell it for a Spectre. Able to get those better guns and hopefully secure the next round as well. Starting a little bit of a round snowball, getting the momentum going, and it's gonna be the same exact start, except NEU is gonna send 3 down, running down B main. Am I able to catch Sire off guard here?
Sire's gonna hear this though, I'm sure. I mean, they came running out and they're still sprinting down. I'd be interested to see what the trade situation is going to be like here. All classics, of course, but Sire not really paying mind to the fact that, well, there is a trip there, but not really paying mind to the fact that he hurt a player there. And Miami, if those trips get broken, and they can get collapsed on really easy.
It seems like Miami is still still pretty vulnerable with their backs turned to the flank. Actually, it does seem like Thunder Knight might be. I'm not exactly sure that was, but they were kind of jiggle peeking that. But NEU was just going to decide to back off of that angle a little bit. But actually, the Jets are just going to go right back out after they learn that Miami's going to push out the side from Ray. That's going to be a trade going down for Ray. Spike did go down, but Miami's able to get the plant down. And off of that info, NEU's just going to decide to go for a full flank here. Most going down short. Sire's going to push out with a Guardian, jumping there, and it ends up working out. Jidville and Sire with their Guardians just completely shutting down NEU.
Lucky jump. What can you say? What can you say? I do be jumping too sometimes when I'm up against 4 opponents rushing me. I mean, What can you do? No, I mean, that was great. I think Miami did a great job of getting space before any you could get that effective flank in. And that trip definitely saved him the round right there. But no, I mean, there were some pretty good shots there. Pretty standard, buy save round though. So Miami now up against a full buy is going to be bonusing. So let's see if Miami have it in this round.
Yeah, if Miami can also secure this round, this will be amazing for Eco and round snowball. But it is a little bit expected that NAU would pick up this round. Miami going for a different strategy, actually, sending most towards garage. Saga going back to place a trip down towards A. But I assume is going to fall back a little bit, especially off of that pushback. Is going to spray, but is going to join the team back towards mid. Thunder Knight is going to be pushing up towards C long. Maybe try to get some space here. But NAU did kind of fully rotate towards garage and B. Miami seems like they might still want to push this out garage, but there's a one-way sitting here for Buzz. It's going to go down. I'm just going to wait for that to go down. Use the double smokes to get the team on the site. And, we do see Buzz sitting on site. He's going to splash in with them. Buzz is going to take down Thunder Knight. It's just still sitting back site.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. Adam is going to be getting one. It is now a 2v3. Going to have to clutch up here. Great kill from Comfy. Going to be tapping the plant, trying to get some players out here. He's going to be getting scanned twice, though, so they know exactly where Comfy is. It's up to Sire now to try and walk into sight and get some kills. Ray is going to be getting the kill on Comfy. Now it's all up to Sire with a Guardian. Waiting on one. He does have the bomb here, peeking into it, and they know exactly where he is. This is going to be tough for Sire.
Sire does have the Guardian, which, could get those one taps down.
Oh,
ends up getting and unfortunately, Turbo ends up turning around and getting the flick on the Sire, and does end up clutching that round out. But any winning that round, not super unexpected. But Miami did get them down to one player, which is really huge for Eco. Only gonna have one gun to take into the next round, and Miami's gonna be able to buy up this round as well. So hopefully we can Miami pick up this round and keep the Eco snowballing and yeah, try to turn this map around in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, that's an expensive round for NEU. If you're NEU, you're definitely thinking, oh, no, we let it get down to a, one person. And Comfy was in a rock and a hard place there. If you were anywhere else, that was doable. But Comfy's getting scanned twice by the recon. He's getting spammed. He's spamming back. They know exactly where you are. And then Sire has to walk through his cage. I mean, that's pretty tough, and Sire did a great job of almost getting the clutch there. But like you said, expected round. Let's see a full buy versus a full buy here.
Yeah, Miami's going to be pushing all towards garage. Pretty much a exact same play as last time. They're not going to have the bomb going down C long. Sire's going to set up a trip towards A and fall back with the rest of the team. The same one way going to be played here from Buzz, but it seems like NEU is going to be a little bit more on the site here. Buzz getting one down with his Sheriff. Company taking down Ziggy, and it's gonna be site mostly taken, but NEU still aggressing that. Buzz on the site is gonna get killed, but Turbo is gonna trade that, but Jivel's gonna just trade that right back. So it is NEU stuck in a 2v3 here. Sire's gonna have to flank onto their jet here. Might be able to get the kill when he's not expecting it.
Peeking in. Thunder Knight going to be getting the kill there. And now it is a 3v1. We do need Sova to do it all here. Going to be walking in just a Sheriff. Sire in a demon spot, just waiting to hear that drop sound. The perfect angle. I mean, Sova's going to have to do a lot to clear this here. It is going to be Sire getting the kill to clean it up. And that's 6 to 10. Not awful.
Yeah, it's not too bad here, especially with, 3 guns still saved. Miami's going to have the money to buy or buy their teammates into this incoming round. NEU is going to be able to scrounge together enough money to buy all rifles here, some of them on light shields. So, especially if Miami wins this round yet again, it's going to leave NEU in the eco trenches, going to have to full save, and is potentially going to bring this to an 8-10. Miami just has to really close out the round, though. We'll see if NEU adapts to their strategy, as Miami seems to be doing the same thing yet again. Seems like Buzz is going to be playing a little bit more towards garage. I might be able to catch them off guard early. It's going to send a smoke down, and it's going to be really close to garage, potentially swinging this. Breaks the dart, but Turbo getting a pick on the Comfy mid.
Oh. Shocked is going to be getting killed there. Sire going to be trying to walk up mid and do some damage control. But, I mean, NEU had some pretty decent aggression there off the round. It's like they knew Miami were going to walk up there. They started, trying to walk out and get some aggression. Miami just walked out right into it. Kind of a brutal spot to be Miami in that situation. Plan pretty much completely foiled. And with those 2 B players, it's going to be tough to get into C anyway with the 2 fast flanks. It was a tough spot regardless, and it looks like the play didn't exactly work out. It is a 3v4, so miracles have happened. But it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Jetville is going to be walking into sight.
Yeah, especially with Cypher with this ult. We do see C's pretty much completely open here. Miami get this bomb down and get the Cypher ult. But yeah, it does seem like that's exactly what Sire's going to end up doing. Getting that Cypher ult, which tells Miami this is a completely free plant to get down. They're going to have to play post plant very smartly here, though. But Ray taking out Thunder Knight, unfortunately. Sire might be in a decent spot to catch some people off guard through garage, but we do see a Sova packing out, but Sire's gonna get arrested and spotted towards garage. It's really not looking great here for Miami. As Miami couldn't even get the plant fully down, as Jitful Students gonna have to back all the way around to A, and Sire's just completely stuck in garage.
Yeah, that was a perfectly timed breach stun by NEU. I mean, you deny the plant, you get the pressure, you stun him so that the Sova ult can get, you know, some pretty serious value there. And now you get the round because Miami can't do much. Well, I guess not get the round, as Jitville is going to be trying to fight back here. But Ziggy spamming, going to be flanked by Ray, bomb down, and no time to really get to the bomb, as we do see Ziggy hard aggro here. Good kill, but it's going to be defused before he can even beat.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. You know, Ziggy did pull out with not really get the gun out in time. Sire able to get the pick down there. If Star kept going, he maybe could have killed Diffuser as he was hard sticking, but didn't really have the intel there. So it is it is completely reasonable what the player Sire did there. Decided to save the gun. And not everyone in Miami is going to be able to buy guns, unfortunately. Adam is most likely just going to go with those knives. But yeah, Miami is still down pretty far, and he is going to be able to buy guns again this round. So, you know, Miami's just going to have a clean win on a not entirely full buy to really make sure they can still have a fighting chance in this map. Miami is improving on this half, but, you know, NEU is still showing that they are experienced in this map, and they're able to shut down Miami still, even though Miami is improving.
Yeah, I mean, NEU just, they're counter-stratting so well. Their attack side was just too strong, like we saw on Lotus. I mean, it's tough to come back from that. And Miami actually had a 3-to-1 win ratio in the beginning of this game, but now they're just losing to NEU, who has, like I said, just better strategies here. And Miami isn't innovating, I don't feel, against NEU. And NEU's getting those reads that they're not doing it, and they know how to collapse because they're the masters of that strategy. You know, how do you go up against a team that knows how to do what you're doing a lot better?
Yeah, it's hard to go against a team as well practiced in the map as NEU. And Miami only really tried out two strategies. They tried out the same thing NEU did, which didn't really work. So they decided to switch to, you know, sending 3 garage and sending the other 2 sort of lurking towards those other sites. And as soon as NEU started to realize, you know, Miami likes to do what works. It's been working for the last 2 or 3 rounds in a row. They're just gonna continue to do that. They kind of read that and decided to play perfectly against what they thought Miami was gonna do, which is exactly what they did. But Miami's gonna go 2 ults onto the C site. Isn't gonna get the site out, and he's gonna have to completely back off because of that breach ult there. Adam is looking to take a little bit more of aggression, just kind of spamming with the classic through. But Turwig is also gonna ult, go down through mid. Might be able to catch out Sire here, but Sire in a good position to get people off guard. But no, Sire unable to out aim them there and catch them off guard. But we're gonna see a huge flank coming from NEU. Which it seems like some of Miami is going to be prepared to go for. But 2 of them are going to be going through garage. They're just going to swing the flank here. Comfy again with a flash and only get one, but get traded. Turwig is going to swing with the ult, but the Aftershock's going to force them all out. Shot's going to get one, but able to get traded back out. It's a 2-to-2. NEU is going to be on site, though, with Miami stuck sort of back there. That Sova ult is going to help a lot to sort of delay the fuse.
And going to be a tap there from Ray, getting spammed through the smoke, and that's a cleanup by Thunder Knight. 7-11, 4 rounds down, and that was really clean for Miami, I gotta say.
Yeah, that was a great post plant. But they did use 3 ults there, so they kind of used everything they had to make sure they won that round, which is really what they should have done. You know, considering what eco they have, it's going to leave Miami with no ults and no really amazing ults coming soon. With and you're going to have that breach ult to really slow down any sort of pushes if they read it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this next round plays out. Miami's going to have to be very smart and cautious because, you know, even if they did win that last round, if they lose this, they're going to be left on pretty much a save on the last round, potentially the last round of the game. So Miami's going to play very carefully, and Adam just swinging out, getting Ziggy as the smoke goes down, trying to run away. Very good first pick for Miami, and they're going to do what NEU has been doing, get a pick A, show presence, and try to back off. But NEU is going to decide to send Ray slow walking down A long. Sire's going to play the trip down there, but it's just going to play off the trip towards short. It's going to get swung by Ray, but predicts it the right time. Perfect timing there from Sire. Going to get another pick down, and that is Miami already with a 2-man advantage, and it's decided to go back towards C, which NEU is nowhere near.
Yeah, I mean, that was perfect. You know, Adam said, screw being safe. Let's full peek long. You know, let's try and get the pick there. And then he does. I mean, that was great. That was pretty much perfect. And then we do see, you know, the enemy Sova peeking straight into a Vandal there. And great awareness by Sire to clean up that kill there. I mean, just overall good stuff from the start of that round for Miami.
And Miami is going to get bombed down. Sire's going to be playing back towards window. Is going to probably hear that there's going to be all the players going towards mid. Might get a lucky swing here. NU is looking right now, but might not be it before.
Ooh.
Oh, is able to get another kill on the
Sire,
shot.
man.
Sire with these very good positioning and kills this round. Just being really impressive. Buzz able to take that one down with the Sheriff. Ends up getting traded by Thunder Knight though. It's gonna leave Turtwig alone, smoked off in garage. Just with a Sheriff for a classic. Is gonna swing out, and yeah, just gets taken out by Thunder Knight.
Yeah, not much you can do there.
Great round by Miami, and really valuable lurking picks there from Sire. Just really great stuff there. And Miami's gonna have the money to continue on. NU's gonna be able to script together a buy as well. But yeah, if again, same story. If Miami can win this round, it's gonna leave NU in a bad eco spot here, which it very much increases the likelihood of Miami tying this up. But they just really need to pick up this round. And we could be seeing a 10-11 start compared to we're at 1.07.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is already a good comeback story. I mean, you're talking, like you said, down 0-7 to even scrap it back to this point within 3 rounds. Miami is seriously proving their mental, and Shocked is going to be getting 2 there, and now it's a 2v4. That's tough. But Miami have pulled it out before. Sire, like we said, just turned up last round. Could potentially do it this round. We do see the drone in. Sire is also going to be getting droned there and just waiting, but this is getting less and less likely as Miami burns off the time and NEU gets in a better spot here.
They pick the spike back up, but Jitful Student is kind of stuck here. Isn't exactly being held, but is not sure where people are. Sire might be trying to help him get out, but they are just going to be playing very passive. Might try to go towards garage here. The left in the 2v4 isn't great, especially with that breach ult. Turtwig is going to spot them and immediately back off, which is going to give the info to NEU that Miami is going C, and they know that they're all going there. That breach stun is going to be used. It's going to completely halt Miami, get both of them down. So I'm just going to put that cam out. NEU not be able to break it. Is not going to see that there's anyone out on site yet. NEU deciding to play retake here. But Miami's post plan is going to be very rough here. They got no ults, not a lot of util left. That is, I believe, all of the Silva util being thrown there.
That's it.
There's no util left. We always have to play this very smart. Jeffel Student getting one, but unable to close it out. NEU picking up that round. And yeah, NEU just had a really great round start there. Predicted Miami just going for the B pushes throughout the right util and the right swings. Was able to pick 3 down in mid, and suddenly Miami's push was completely halted. So good plays from NEU there, and we're now down to the last round of the match and potentially the whole series here. For Miami. Miami barely able to buy, but so is NEU, and things are looking super great, especially with the ults on the side of NEU.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Miami just needs to win out here, and that's going to be tough to do, especially against NEU. And it's been the whole story of this game that NEU just gets the perfect read at the perfect time to get literally the perfect round. I mean, every single time we think Miami has a great play, NEU reads it. 3 people walk out. And even now, NEU strong side CB where Miami are pushing. Great util, and it's going to be tough for Miami to get in here. So it'll be interesting to see how they do get into this site and try and close out this this series. We do see the bomb going down here, but Comfy killed by the Aftershock, and that's now a 4v5 in a round you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, I think Miami decided that it was more worth to get the bomb down in an advantageous spot because that breach ult is going to go out, but it's going to get hit no one. It's going to be pretty much completely useless for NEU. And the bomb's in a very good spot for Miami to spam here. We'll see if Sirens are getting it out. Is it going to get it half though? And they're not going to spray down. They can't really hold the bomb.
No
way. Completely. Oh no, that's rough for Miami. They decided to let Comfy go down to get that bomb in that perfect spot, but with the util being thrown out by NEU, they weren't. And Sire was the only one available to spray that out, and was unfortunately not able to. Oh, it's just a really unfortunate loss there for Miami, and that is the series going to go to NEU 2-0. Really showing their practice and their master of the map on Haven. Miami's still showing a very good fight there, having 2 pretty strong comebacks in the second in their attack halves. Both Miami and NEU, both Miami both starting on defense both rounds. Showing that they're having to come back on the later halves. Showing that their attack is pretty strong, but unable to close it out either time, which is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, NEU definitely going to be just the stronger team in this series, defending ESC champions. There's not too much you can do against that. But Miami put up a good fight both games, I got to say. I mean, it wasn't bad either. Miami made a great comeback on Haven, and they put up good numbers on Lotus as well. But when you've got a team that can just repeatedly do the same thing over and over and over and get the same results and play really strong, I mean, how do you play against that on a map like Haven?
Yeah, it's gonna be. We see double of us there. But yeah, NEU showing how great they still are after winning the ESC last year. But I was really impressed with Miami's comebacks. Things really looked dire at the beginning of both those maps, but Miami able to bring it back. Um, I see a lot of potential though in this Miami roster. We do see two freshmen being added to the team, not really experiencing any sort of varsity collegiate play before.
Right.
They're gonna have to get adjusted to that, and adjusted that together as a team. I think Miami just needs to get more practice, get more scrims in, and I think they could really be a threat to the ESC the rest of this regular season. But we'll have to see. There's still plenty of matches to play.
I agree. I mean, even showing that much grit against a team like NEU, what are they going to do against teams that are weaker than NEU? When you can show that you can, Miami, you have the mental resilience to go back. They're popping off. They popped off on their first round and they got one. And NEU is up 7. I mean, that's some serious. They're able to carry that momentum, that energy, and keep it up. So once you get against teams that can't stomp you like that, I think it's going to be pretty easy for Miami to potentially just walk over the ESC.
Yeah, and keeping the mental up, I think that has a lot to say about team captain Comfy.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of the vibes man of the team. He's always the one, shouting, always the one, initiating the fist bumps, keeping the vibes high. So I think him at the team captain spot is really helping keep the mental high at for that team, because I know, as you can see, starting the round 07 with how things are going, getting one round, you could be like, oh, we just got a round after 7 losses, like what is happening? But they seemed excited, and they were able to pull back around to get quite a few rounds that were could have very easily just gone to NEU if the mental just went downhill. But fortunately for Miami, it didn't. Not able to turn on the series, but showing a lot of promise.
Showing a lot of promise. And that is going to conclude our first night of ESC Valorant. Thanks you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Always grateful about the views. Please drop a follow on the channel. Drop a subscription if you really want to see us. We're back every Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday is Rocket League. Wednesday is Valorant. I can't wait to be back with you guys. I'm your caster, Dutch Churchward.
And I'm Trey Linkley Moss, and this switched there. Tuesday Valorant, Wednesday Rocket League. We will see. It's okay.
Sorry, folks.
We'll see this guy in the chair again tomorrow.
Yep.
For Rocket League. Excited to see that stream. I believe we're against Kent State and Central Michigan. Excited for that one. I'm going to be up in the production desk. We'll hope to see you in the chat as well. Support both of our teams here. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go get some much needed rest. And the players are as well. Thank you for tuning in for some Valorant. We hope to see you next week or tomorrow. And hope you have a good one.
See you later.
Bye.